Because he's
Oh
so
shit!
arrogant.
Didn't even play the
He's
intro.
arrogant and doesn't play strategically at all.
I can't believe it does it again.
This is how gangsters do. Bitch.
God damn it. My life, dude. This is they say go, yo.
I must confess, the hum of a grab drive makes me feel alive.
Bro.
Depends on the question. Shoot.
Dude, I need help. How do we get inside? Bro, this Zyra has cancer. Like, what is this? like, if I type Zyra drink weed to in the drawer, then that's how
Jeez.
Hey, congrats. What the hell? I like this game a lot.
So yeah, it doesn't. I don't really think there's not much I can stream because it's just gonna be a lot of downtime. I feel like. I'm gonna smack that.
It's time to impress. After what I've seen, nothing down there scares me.
It says access denied for Fortnite.
Hey, you guys see this one out? Big
Yeah, funny, man. Hey, bro. Minecraft. Nobody cares about Minecraft, man. Okay. Nobody cares. Wait till Fortnite.
Losing isn't fun. That's why I don't do it.
I like this spot.
Sure.
Let's find something good. Extended energy mag here. Level 1. Extended light mag here. Level 1.
I'll take the energy mag, please.
Sniper ammo here. Energy ammo here.
Attention. Round 1. Beginning ring countdown. That was quick. Extended energy mag here. Level 2.
Let's contact with target.
Okay.
I got one spot of me.
Got a closed door here. Shot at. Go.
Grenade, move!
Shields are recharging.
Who on me? Where did you guys go? What the fuck?
We're already inside the...
Wow. Wow, that's how that goes down?
Enemy right here.
About to get third parted if you don't move. Yep.
That way. Respawn beacon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Vault Sectors. As you might have noticed, I am not in the same place that I was last week. My office, alas, is no more, but my newly upgraded home studio, garage, features luxurious amenities such as a fresh coat of paint, a new floor, and, most importantly, a 2-ton split HVAC unit that can dump cold or warm air as needed directly onto my face and body. This space does not feature a properly built-out set yet, however, and since I've been moving all week and have newly discovered muscles that scream with agony upon even the slightest movement or gesture, I was forced to make some accommodations in order to be able to present you all with today's video. It is basically the Tech News minimum viable product, which means some rapid-fire tech briefs all the way down. But before I drop these briefs, have a drink. Here's to my first Tech
I need
News
my
platform.
gun.
Cheers.
But thank you for the
Today's video is
respawn.
brought to you by the Corsair IQ Link System Hub, a single small controller that manages all of your system cooling and RGB lighting. The IQ Link System Hub mounts magnetically to your case and can control up to 14 devices, 7 per port, with daisy chain support so you can simplify cable management while still enabling glorious synchronized RGB. Corsair's IQ software can automatically configure IQ Link components while enabling precise fan speed control and real-time system monitoring. Click the sponsor link in the video description for more on the Corsair IQ Link System Hub. So let's begin these tech briefs with hope for the future, and that hope is brought to us by Intel, who we all want to make good GPUs to perhaps bring some balance to the current duopoly-burdened marketplace, and if Hardware Lux editor Andreas Schilling is to be believed, Intel Battlemage GPUs, the successor to ARC, are already up and running in the labs. Specifically, the Battlemage BMG G10, which would be the successor to the Alchemist ACM G10 that the A770 and A750 use, was seen in the failure analysis. Specifically, the Battlemage BMG G10, which would be the successor to the Alchemist ACM G10 that the A770 and A750 use, was seen in the failure analysis lab during a factory press tour in Malaysia. TSMC will be manufacturing these GPUs on their 4nm node and will probably see them launch in the second half of 2024. Intel also had a lot to show off at the Hot Chips conference this week, especially if you like CPUs with more cores and threads. 144 cores will be available in upcoming Xeon, Sierra Forest, and Granite Rapids processors expected in the first half of 2024. They'll be manufactured on the Intel 3 process, but only Granite Rapids will feature the newer and faster Redwood Cove P-cores. Intel also showed off a wide 8-core, 528-thread CPU. That's 66 threads per core, which was purpose-built for some very specific massively parallel workloads such as graph analytics for DARPA's Hive program, which sounds neither scary nor mysterious. The CPU uses silicon photonics for chip-to-chip communication, though, and is based on the RISC architecture and not x86, and if you understand what all that means, then you may proceed to the next level. Starfield launches this week, and early reviews are already out for the hotly anticipated space RPG, and it looks like the game might not become a victim of its own hype after all, with a promising Metacritic review of 87 on average based on 54 reviews currently, and messages of thanks / huge sighs of relief being posted by the dev team, who I'm sure have been clenching their collective sphincter muscles for some
You're an
time
idiot.
now.
You jumped alone?
Which
Fuck off,
Wednesday,
bro.
by the way, unless you pay extra for early access, which you shouldn't based on principle, but a bunch of people probably will anyway. Alongside the Starfield debut, we have some new GPUs coming out from AMD, the Radeon RX 7700 XT and 7800 XT, which will also launch Wednesday, so a few leaks have trickled out this week. The RX 7800 XT for the Radeon RX 7700 XT and 7800 XT will also launch Wednesday, so a few leaks have trickled out this week. The RX 7800 XT, for example, might hit a score of 19,000 or so in 3D Mark Time Spy, putting it in the same performance ballpark as the RX 6800 XT. The 7700 XT, meanwhile, might do around 17,000 points in the same test, which would put it a bit ahead of the RX 6800 non-XT. These are early leaks, so a grain of salt and all, but this next one would appear to be verified as it came directly from Scott Herkelman, GM of AMD's graphics business unit, who said they were initially considering using that 12VH power or 12V 2x6 connector on these new GPUs, but decided against it. And perhaps they're just throwing shade towards NVIDIA bringing that up at all. But one thing NVIDIA does seem to be concerned about is how the 7700 XT stacks up versus the 4060 Ti 12GB. The price for that card has dropped a decent bit in recent weeks and can now be found for $450 or even $430 US. Still too much money. In other NVIDIA news, the H100 GPU built for AI is in high demand worldwide at the moment, and most recently, they've had buyers from the Middle East expressing interest. But hold up there, says the US government. We're going to ban that before any sales can go through. NVIDIA disclosed the ban in a recent public statement, but did not specify which Middle Eastern countries are included. The reason
Where are you landing?
that if the US already doesn't trust China with our best AI solutions, they also don't
Great
trust
communication.
the newly banned countries
Right
in
off the
Middle
rip,
East
I got
not to
dumbass.
resell chips to China or not to set up AI farms in the Middle East that China can just run remotely. Maybe the real reason is the terrible secret they discovered, that you can't spell China without AI. Can't spell the United States of America. But one thing that would help with our ongoing struggle to make sense of AI would be if we could just tell what is AI generated and what isn't. So Google's DeepMind team created the Synth ID watermark, which went public on Tuesday. Its function is to watermark AI generated images in a way that is imperceptible to the human eye, but can easily be caught by a dedicated AI detection tool. And it makes sense that no human would be able to detect or remove a watermark directly embedded into the pixels of an image. It's very compute intensive. There's a lot of data there. Do you know what probably could figure out how to do that? It's like that old paradoxical question. Could AI create a rock so big that even AI couldn't lift it? Something like that. Lastly, to close with a palate cleanser, let's give some credit to an unnamed group
Maybe don't
of
drop so hot
benevolent
next time, huh?
hackers who breached the spyware firm Web Detective, and deleted personal info from more than 76,000 devices that have been compromised by the spyware. Stalkerware, as it is called, is used to monitor individuals without their consent, and the gregarious gray hats responsible for the breach made their opinion of this kind of software abundantly clear. Hashtag Stalkerware. I'm inclined to agree. Well done, mysterious guardians of other people's privacy on the internet. And well done to all of you for sticking with
How
me
come that
on
guy
this
didn't come
first
get
episode
healed?
of the show from my
Are you guys
new
even communicating?
gigs.
Can you hear
And
me?
now
What the fuck's going on?
I almost forgot to drink more of this beer since the show went so quickly. But if you liked it, click that like button, or leave me a comment down below. While you're down there, all the articles I talked about today are linked in the video description if you're interested. And you can also check out the store at CastleSideWare.net for high-quality merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, beer,
The
snacks,
fuck,
and
dude?
more.
Relax. I don't know. It's 2023 and you don't have a microphone?
Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
I'm stuck playing with you as my teammate in a game where you need to communicate, and I just had to rescue you because you dropped hot as fuck and couldn't survive without me.
Yodam7274 says, I not need, laughing face.
You not need what? You not need a microphone so you can communicate in actual effective words instead of just shortening them and sounding like an idiot? Cool. You don't think you need a microphone in 2023? Tell me how dumb you are.
Yodam7274 says, yep, exact, winking and laughing.
Okay, goodbye. Have a great day. See how that works out for you, now that I don't want to play with you.
For the first time ever, UFD Tech is now going to be filming with a cinema camera. We got a whole bunch of stuff to change up the production here at UFD Tech because I've been itching to get back to a lot of the type of content that we used to make in South Africa. And we've also been expanding our portfolio as a media company. So this thing is going to allow us to hopefully do that. This is the DJI Ronin 4D. This is a 4-axis stabilized cinema camera that allows us to get quality that we haven't been able to do before. Because one of the things that we've been doing with how we shoot videos is going handheld, especially for product unboxing and a bunch of other stuff. So right now, Kyle is filming this video, but that leads to a lot of weird things like handshake and just unstable video, which people don't like. We've gotten a lot of comments about how people don't enjoy that. But we also have some other production challenges that we have to overcome, like the fact that we need to wirelessly transmit the video so that I can view it on a monitor, as well as we can output it to our live streams. But one of the things you'll notice is that wireless transmitter on top of the camera actually is big and it's bulky, which makes it very difficult for balancing on a gimbal. We actually aren't able to have, it's too top heavy. It ends up tilting where the motors struggle. It really becomes a problem. Additionally, some of you might remember last year we did a couple of car reviews. That's some content that we want to branch on into here at UFD Tech. We also, at one point last year, shot a TV show pilot with all of our equipment, and we realized some of the limitations that we have with the cameras that we're using, because we do have things like the Sony a7S III. This current video is being filmed on the Sony a7 IV. We do film on full-frame mirrorless cameras, but nothing that's cinema quality. We don't film in ProRes. We don't film in RAW, and that gives us less expandability in certain areas that the Ronin 4D is going to help us to overcome. Now, I haven't seen a whole lot of YouTubers actually use this thing. It seems like it's marketed towards professionals. Part of that is the cost. It's a very expensive kit to get into, but it solves some problems that we actually have on our production regularly with how we want to do videos that I think the average YouTuber that's sitting in their house probably won't encounter these production challenges that we've run into. It's got a flight case. Oh, it's even got like TSA locked on. You see that? That's going to be good for traveling if we ever go back to South Africa. Open it up, and there we have the new camera setup. Now, DJI has come out with a solution that not only has a 3-axis gimbal, but it actually has the 4th axis, so it actually can stabilize the vertical bob that you sometimes get when you're walking or moving, or you mount this thing to a car and it's bouncing on the road. But it also has some other features that we can utilize, like the fact that it has a wireless
Shields are broken.
Put onto the camera itself, and then we can have a remote monitor that can either control the gimbal or be hooked up to where we need to be doing the live streams and having this put out the data to a computer that we're trying to live stream for. So this should allow us to get smoother footage in a way that is actually better for you, the viewer, in a much more simplified package. And one of the biggest nuisances that comes with gimbals, when you zoom in,
oh, damn, you went down, bro?
Focus on what you're looking
Get
at.
a bug eyes.
Which this has good autofocus, so that's not necessarily happening. But then you change the balance of the actual gimbal to where it's now more front heavy. Zoom in. It changes, yes, that's exactly what happens every time we put it on a gimbal. And one of the things that DJI just released was their 17-28 T3 cinema lens that will allow you to actually zoom in without changing the balance on the gimbal itself. Additionally, they also launched the Ronin 4D Flex, which allows us to put the gimbal and the lens on this bad boy, and once it comes out, put the actual brains of the camera in a backpack, so that way we can just utilize the main portion of the gimbal in smaller confined spaces and not have to hold what I believe is supposed to be 11 pounds right in front of us all the time. We can be on our backs. But DJI released that backpack to a whole bunch of YouTubers, but it hasn't been for sale. I pre-ordered it, but it's not here yet. But I'm gonna get this thing built out, and we can see how it compares to this. I need the battery, which thankfully is the same battery that comes for the drones. So the ecosystem's already there for a lot of the accessories. A little bit, that actually was red in a lot of ways, where there was proprietary nonsense all over the place. DJI still kind of has that. In order for us to shoot to an SSD, it has to be their proprietary SSD, and if you want to shoot in ProRes RAW, you have to buy that $800 1 terabyte SSD. which is absolutely ridiculous. But that's unfortunately not unprecedented in the camera industry. But we're not going to be shooting to SSD. We're going to shoot to CF Express. Additionally, like DJI's made promises of releasing an 8K version of this. This is only the 6K version. But this camera got announced and released like over a year ago. They still haven't come out with the 8K version. But the real benefit of all of this is that like DJI just released an all-in-one package as opposed to us like hacksawing a bunch of different pieces together with the wireless transmitter, trying to use an additional gimbal. One of the things that I miss from the content that we used to do in South Africa that was just more running gun stuff. Reese used to hold the camera a lot. But we encountered a lot of similar challenges.
Why are you going so far away, dude? You're gonna die.
No matter how much IBIS you have on your actual main camera. Oh, that's neat. So the like heatsink grills on this match up with the heatsink grills right here, and then it also has all the same connectors that allow you to just pop it in and then screw it down. And now we have wireless transmission. Can you believe it's that easy? Like it's all there, and it doesn't affect the gimbal balance whatsoever. All like the freaking way we have it set up right now. We've tried so many different solutions of putting a transmitter on different portions of the gimbal, trying to hot shoe it over here, and usually what we end up with is that the HDMI cable starts tugging on the camera and ruining our shot. Now we should just... Oh, I have to screw that. So I screwed the battery plate to this, but I didn't screw this into the camera body. Unfortunately, this doesn't solve the weight component until we
hit him for 8.
But one of the things I saw when I was looking at reviews for this system is that you can actually buy multiple versions of these, because this is a 2-meter long cable. So you get about 6 feet of slack where you can go, like you could leave the backpack on the floor, you wouldn't have to necessarily hold on to it. But I could buy another one of these and connect it. Like you can get up to, I think it's 6 meters before signal loss, even at 8K. So we could do
like I said, you're gonna go over there and die. God, what a terrible player.
Now this should be secure. Integrated top handle, which is nice. You just pick it up, do everything that way. And because DJI thought ahead and was like, hey, everybody's on their own camera system already, they sell mounts for all of the current lenses that we have in the Sony lineup. So we have an E-mount lens in case we want to use any of the lenses that we have, as opposed to the cinema zoom lens that they sell themselves. I've never had a T lens before. So this is also one of the cool things that DJI has with their setup is LiDAR autofocus, so that you can even use old school cinema lenses that don't have autofocus baked in, and it can still use this to get autofocus on the lens itself. There's the full frame sensor. DJI's brand new DL mount is what we're using here. And then it's just a matter of balancing it once and never again. Kyler's excited about that. That was the worst part when we filmed that TV show, was having to balance everything all of the time. Or you take the camera off of the gimbal and you have to put the gimbal away to travel to the next site. And then having to take it out and do all that again. That's always a nightmare. You got a lens on, everything, let's go ahead and boot it up. Also, it has an integrated monitor so that whoever's operating the camera can actually view what's going on, doesn't have to rely on a tiny little viewfinder. It's flashing, so I'm going to guess that means the battery's dead. Let's go for it again. So while we waited for the battery to charge, I got the rest of it put together. We put the CF Express card right down here in that little slot. Very simple. Additionally, I got the handles all connected, which allow us to actually have a grip. But we also have the remote monitor, which, if we wanted to, we could insert these handles and then actually pull the gimbal from a distance, depending on how we wanted to do the operation, which this will come in handy if, again, we get to doing car videos at any point in the future, especially if we wanted to have the gimbal set up on a follow car. It's actually really quick and easy to get those handles set on. And one of the things I want to praise DJI for is the fact that they actually include a separate type of battery mount so that you can actually use Sony NPF batteries, which is the ecosystem that we invested in, and you don't have to use their proprietary whatever lithium ion DJI.
Why do you drop so hot?
So now,
why?
Let's go ahead and turn this on.
What is wrong with these people that play this game? You suck, dude. Why do you teams? You know you suck. You drop hot and you die immediately, over and over again. Why? You suck. Figure it out. Stop doing that.
Make sure gimbal mode.
When you're better, you can do that.
Toggled to follow or lock, which it was.
Holy
The
fuck.
lock switch is in the unlock.
It's not even maddening. It's just frustrating. You're just like, dude, what are we doing here?
That's good to know. Press and hold the power button for 1 second. That was it. With the lock button. Use the provided USB-A to USB-C cable to connect to the main body with a computer. We have to hook this up to a computer. Cameras just don't work these days anymore. Oh, but it actually is kind of already working. So you can see it right there. I'm gonna flip it over, but I'm sure we could adjust that at some point. But it does work. The gimbal working? Oh, look at that. I don't think the chicken neck is working yet. The chicken neck can work. It's just not actually. Oh, so this is the focus right now. If you look right here, that scroll wheel is changing where the focus is, but we can program it to actually work at the zoom. That looks freaking beautiful. This is a real proper camera, my guy. we've been filming on like budget YouTuber stuff, which is still very expensive, but this like actually takes it up to the next level. Oh, I forgot to bring this up to you. It has a built-in ND filter. Oh, whoa! Did you see that? It just darkened the image, so that way we can take this out and we don't have to. Is it like physical? You're mechanical? Yeah, it's a physical built-in ND filter. So that way we can keep everything at the shutter speed that we need to. We don't have to lenses or anything like that. It does record scratch audio, thankfully, which some cinema cameras actually don't do that. So that way we can sync it up with the lav mic that we're using right now. But yeah, just even without the chicken neck, which I need to figure out how to turn that on. See that? It's really yelling at me to activate this thing, especially because it has dual native ISOs, where the best image you're going to get is at 800 ISO or 5000. Having that built-in ND filter will make sure that we can actually run it at the native ISOs. Oh my goodness! Oh, this is going to take forever for us to learn how to use properly.
One's coming to you.
This is a brand new scenario for us. Yeah, so we can either shoot in 17:9 or 2.39:1, which is a widescreen aspect ratio. So the B-roll can actually be properly, when you have the horizontal bars, typically YouTubers just add those in post, unless you're using a proper set which can record native. It's the button and a rotary dial. Oh, there's like an internal button right here that switches it to, it's in sport mode right now. Or you can choose it to medium mode, and you hold it, and it will change how the gimbal actually is. So that's sport mode, where it's actually following, and then you just hold that button, and it changes how the gimbal behaves. And then this locks it, right? So it's not following. That's again another button. And then, oh, chicken neck! We did it! I figured it out. I don't know how I figured it out, but we did.
Dude, what is going on? Where's my?
Oh man, this is stabilized. Okay, if I hit record, it's gonna happen. I can't hit record until we activate it on this. But you can hold focus with this dial right here. So this is one of the cool things. And the reason why DJI has the 4th axis is because if you look on the underside, it actually has sensors right here that do depth sensing to the ground, which they use on their drones for actually making sure that those hover properly. So they have the Z-axis data to actually make sure that it's staying stabilized as you do everything. This looks like a drone indoors. Okay, I need to activate it so I can show everybody. Yeah, let's go. So I got everything activated and figured out, and now I know how to use this thing. But we did run into what appears to be a very common issue on these Ronin 4D situations, which is that they'll back focus when you're supposed to be using the LiDAR autofocus. This is a very common issue that I saw across DJI's forums. They haven't updated the firmware on this camera since April, even though it's been a known issue since the firmware that came out in March. So you can see here, when this lens is set to 17 millimeters, I'm in focus, no problem. As soon as I switch it to 28 millimeters, it focuses about 2 feet behind me unless I put my fingers in front of my face, and then it can actually focus on my face at that point. It's a weird, alleged firmware issue that DJI actually needs to sort out right now. But if we keep it in 17 millimeter mode, then the focus actually isn't a problem. But I'm not getting the full functionality of my lens in order to have that. And then on top of that, to roll back to a firmware where you don't have the back focusing issue, this specific lens isn't supported anymore, and neither is the 40 Flex unit. Those got supported in the March update. So if I want to have this camera set up on the brand new situation that DJI is heavily promoting, I can't do that with any of the firmware that actually supports not having back focus, which is a major problem. So I have one thing to say to DJI, and I have one thing to say to camera YouTubers. DJI, update your software better. It's been 6 months since this has become a problem, and you've done nothing about it. Additionally, the backpack that you talked about releasing for this Flex system, you announced at the same time, still isn't out yet. Better timelines for releasing products. Additionally, this is the 6K version. They announced the Ronin 4D well over a year ago in both 8K flavors. There's no 8K version of this out on the market just yet. Only YouTubers have gotten to touch it, which brings me to my second point. Why did I have to discover this back focus issue on my first day with the product, and not a single YouTuber brought this up in any capacity? It is a severe issue that is known across DJI's forums. I'm in a public Facebook group that I joined yesterday as soon as I found out this was an issue, with many people saying, yeah, buddy, join the club. DJI has not updated it yet, nor have they given us any communication on what's happening. Why, if I could find out that this is a major flaw in the first day, did not a single YouTuber bring this up? I watched dozens of videos on the Ronin 4D. I watched dozens of videos on the new DL 17 to 28 millimeter lens, the Flex system. I made sure that I was getting into a purchase that I knew would be good for our production and everything that we're trying to do. And day one, I discovered an issue, but I couldn't find it in any other media where people brought it up. But in the user forums, this is a very well-documented problem that DJI still has. It's kind of YouTuber firmware, which is possible. So let's bring it up to what we actually can do with this system. We just have to keep it in 17 millimeter mode in order to film, to keep autofocus. If we go into 28, we're gonna have that back focus where it's not gonna actually have any sort of correspondence with me. But we do have a robust setup outside of that, guy. I want to come around and show people the menu. So even in this high bright monitor that comes included with the Ronin 4D, you have quick access to basically every little thing that you want to. You have ISO, you have aperture, shutter speed, FPS, the built-in ND filter that you can change at a moment's notice, changing the white balance, changing the time code, seeing record stuff, as well as the resolution 2K, 4K, and 6K. Or if you want more granularity, you can go into the home menu and detail all the things, like if you want to shoot in full frame or Super 35, resolution, what LUT you want to record in, D-Log, HLG, Rec 709, as well as a whole bunch of other things to control when it comes to audio, zebra stripes. We're not a camera channel, so I'm not going to go into full detail on all of this, but suffice to say that the software is pretty dang good. I just wish the full support for firmware was here. But let me bring up another thing that I discovered yesterday, which is an overlook on my part. I can't really blame anybody else for this, but I presumed that on this remote monitor right here, this HDMI was going to be HDMI out, because you get your signal wireless. Turns out that's an HDMI in, and so we actually can't use it as is for our live streams to have an HDMI out. Instead, I had to buy a $500 accessory that goes on the back right here and installs, and you get SDI out as well as HDMI out and DC power for the monitor, which is all fine and good. Getting cinema grade stuff is always going to be very expensive, but there's yet another firmware problem that I discovered when reading through the forums. The HDMI and SDI out that comes for this $1,600 monitor, on top of the accessory that you need to buy for transmitter, on top of the $500 backplate you need to buy, doesn't support audio out over HDMI and SDI. This is a known issue by DJI, and they have not fixed it in years. This is honestly inexcusable for the amount of money that somebody is spending on a cinema grade setup like this, not having either communication of when you're going to fix these issues or having fixed these issues in a reasonable time frame is just frankly ridiculous. Now, this is not enough for us to not consider to continue to use this. We can get around the issues that it has in order to benefit from all of the good features that it does have on top of our current setup. But this needs to be better. DJI, you need to be better at communication, you need to be better at firmware updates, and when there are known broken bugs, you need to actually tell your customers what is going on and when you're going to fix it. I'm already in direct contact with DJI support, and the first thing they did was when I sent them a link to the forum post saying, I'm having this issue, they responded, are you sure you're having that issue and it's not another one? It's inexcusable. But there's a lot of cool features that you do get, like you have gyroscope control on this remote monitor, so I can turn it on, and then look at that gimbal going crazy, doing everything and following where I'm at. You can also take the handles off of this flex system and put them on to the side so that you get all of the control that you would right here remotely. And honestly, it feels like there is next to no latency on this. Do you want to give it a try, Colin? So you can just see in real time how it responds? It's kind of wild. So this is great for things like car videos, which we have done some of them and been able to remotely monitor our cameras from inside the vehicle. This is going to take it to the next level once we finally get more into that sector here on the channel. If we continue in different media opportunities, we will have somebody who can wirelessly full focus, make sure that everything's going smoothly with the production and not necessarily being the person who's operating the camera, which is fantastic. And that brings me to this next little piece that they, again, updated in March, but still doesn't have all the full firmware support in order to get the back focus taken off the lens. I'm still salty about that. Excuse me, I spent a lot of money on this stuff, and it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to. But this gives us a 2-meter cable so that when the backpack that does finally come out for it, which they announced in conjunction with this, right? Once that finally does come out, we can put it in a backpack right here, and then we have a much lighter setup with the brains of the camera being behind us, and then this weight is a lot easier to manage as opposed to this big behemoth of a camera. Now, you do lose the Z-axis stabilization. This is only 3 axes. On the pan, tilt, and roll, you lose that little chicken head situation, but you can kind of get around that by just moving a little bit smoother. It's like a normal gimbal at that point, but you have the brains of a cinema camera directly attached, which this is comparable to something Sony came out with their lens setup, except for just to get this situation, this is less than $1,000 to get this detachment set up. For the Sony setup, it was like $11,000 for the Sony Venice, I think it's called. We're not in the realm of being able to even consider something like that. So this makes it a lot easier to film, makes it a lot easier for the camera operator like Kyler to be able to do everything. You control everything directly from here. I just started recording, and now we can get footage done really well. Kyler, you want to give this a spin? You want to record on this? Transition. I'll take that. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of figuring out. Oh yeah, if you we didn't even talk about like the tracking feature. So if you turn on track and you draw a border around my face, it will just automatically follow me. So I could have it set up on a gimbal and do this without you here. And then wherever I am in the frame when you initially draw me is where it's going to keep me in the frame. I'm walking, look at me go, it's following me. Are you sure it's not going to fall off the table then? Okay. Or then, guess what? If I jump, it follows me up and down too. Keeps me in frame. There's a little, like, if I do really quick movements, it struggles to compensate, but it's not doing too bad. And then I can monitor the shot to make sure that everything's good for me. We've got a lot of videos planned where we can actually make a pretty decent use of this as opposed to our current very compiled together setup. To bring something to the table. I'm no longer the main focus of the video. The joystick to focusing on something like the interior of this instead of me. You have to turn the track off. So once you turn the track off, then you go in, and then now you have the option to just focus on whatever it is that we're talking about as opposed to just recenter it up. So I'm excited for this. There are some severe oversights that I am not happy with, as I've expressed. But hopefully this helps to up our production quality as well as give us more flexibility in different things that we want to do forward. Carly, you got any comments?
Care package on high. All father, give me sight.
Hostile over there.
On the bridge.
Contact. Might be something. Enemy spotted. Target over there.
I am taking fire. Taking a moment to heal. Taking a moment to heal. All Father, give me sight. I am down but alive.
We're doing great. Only 2 enemy squads remain. Patch me up, though.
Oh.
I only beat you because I want to win.
Fuck that up. I should have just popped it. I didn't realize what weapon that was, and I was doo-doo. Okay, Google. Set an alarm for 4 p.m.
Alright, your alarm's set for 4 p.m.
Never met a problem a dibutyl phthalate compound explosive couldn't fix.
Breathe easy. Watch your side and never quit.
Introducing your champion.
You all think you'll make it out of this alive?
Well, I heard there was a...
Reckon we crash land this puppy there.
I heard you. Time to kill.
Developing news tonight. There's no way in or out for thousands of people trapped at the Burning Man Festival in the Nevada desert. It's all because of torrential rainfall that's turned the area into a giant mud pit. But with more rain on the way, things could get worse. ABC7 News reporter Tim Johns has been following this story for us all evening and joins us live in the newsroom. And Tim, you spoke to someone who's stuck in that mess. What are they telling you?
Yeah, Karina, that's absolutely right. I did talk with one Santa Cruz man who is currently stuck at the festival this evening. He says the conditions aren't great, as you can imagine. Attendees are being asked to conserve food and water as they shelter in place in the middle of the desert.
They all slept all night, no house music, everything stopped because of that.
What did you think was going to happen?
We're pretty flooded right now. Roads are completely closed. Cars can't make it in or out.
Attendants at the annual festival held in the Nevada desert are stranded after heavy rainfall turned the area into a giant mud pit. The situation is so bad that cars are unable to drive through, forcing federal and local county officials to shut down the main entrance. With nowhere to go, many festival goers who have reception are turning to the internet to vent their frustrations.
I think the biggest issue right now is that the porta potty service trucks can't make it down the road and service the porta potties. So porta potties are filling up and people are getting a little desperate.
The festival was meant to be a gathering of artists and community organizers from around the world. David Date from Santa Cruz has been going for the past 7 years. He says some people are adapting better than others.
It's a total mix. A lot of people are kind of just shut up in their RVs, but there's other people out here interacting and having a good time.
More rain is expected to hit the area over the weekend, potentially making the problem worse. Festival officials are asking people to conserve food and water.
So we're just kind of relying on each other. We're bringing, refugees into the camp, giving them water, giving them beer, whatever they need to kind of ride this out.
Despite the conditions, Dave says one of the festival's core principles is essential line. So while no one might have predicted this, he says many are prepared.
This truly was a challenging event. I refer to it as to come out and we have to do whatever we have to do to survive these elements in unpredictable conditions.
Where? Oh my God!
Now, there is no time frame for when people might be able to actually leave. Some say they're being told it could be as late as Tuesday. In the newsroom, Tim Johns at ABC7 News.
Apparently not all Republicans.
Let's say he's got movies for
me.
Movies
I
and
know
pizza.
at the hotel. I brought my Oculus Quest. I bring with me everywhere.
Oh yeah, really?
I bring me to Vegas. I bring it. I love Population One. You ever
What is that?
Oh, it's a.
Oh,
Look at you go! I love it. It's a fucking. It's a shooter. So it's like with me and I got a squad of 3. Ow! Population. I get so excited.
You got so excited.
I love this. I live in here. I fucking live in here.
Are you serious?
Oh, it's fun. No, Joe, it's fun. It's fun.
Is it
I know
first person
the
perspective?
but it's fun.
So you're
Yeah.
playing this first
Dude,
person? Oh my God, this is
It
amazing.
is so much fun, dude. It's like now it's free, so you got a bunch of like new kids in there. But there's like a lot of adults play. I play with my brother-in-law Edwin, and we fucking. You know what else I play? King Casey.
Really?
Casey Kevin.
Yeah.
I haven't played with him in a little bit, but I played with him on
He's
that.
another super talented
And
defensive
also,
guy.
you know what's so funny? I was in here the other day. I saw Fowler BJJ. And they go, hey, Mike? I go, yo, Mike? He goes, wait, sir, it's Mike Fowler.
Oh, that's cool, too.
So I play with Mike Fowler. He's in Hawaii. So me and Mike were playing.
Nerds.
And,
I know, right?
Nerds. We are.
Yee.
Oh yeah, you gotta see, my wife comes out every time I'm playing, she'll fucking, I'll be like, I can't. She hits my fucking balls. I'm just excited. She goes, you think you're getting some later.
We were talking
It's
about
all I
it.
like to do.
We were talking about it earlier with him in the video games. Like, I'm talking way back in the day, like MAGA.
I upgraded since then.
MAGA grappling
That's me in my
tournaments.
living room. What are you doing here? Well, that's what I'm climbing. You're climbing. This is not nearly as fun. Now I got I'm climbing now. But it's, listen, I know it looks really special.
No, we have those. You know what's great? The fucking shadow boxing games.
It's hard.
It's good.
It's hard.
It's good work too.
It's like work. You wear out. It's the future, man. I fucking can't wait. One of my favorite movies is Ready Player One, and I listen to the audiobook a little too. It's a great fucking movie. It's a great.
I saw it.
It's a great movie for your kids.
Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, Jamie, I want to before I forget. So they got a Taekwondo version of this now. So they're doing kicks now.
Wow.
Yeah, they figured out how to put. There was this something. See if you can find it. There was something they just demonstrated. So they put these leg things on people, and a guy and a girl were having like a sparring match virtually. So they like bowed to each other, shook hands, and they went to the opposite side of the room. And they put their headgear on, and they started having this like Taekwondo match.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like as this gets more sophisticated, they could do a Muay Thai version. I mean, you really couldn't do a Jiu-Jitsu version, obviously, but I think you could do a Muay Thai version.
When it gets better, I think, dude, I mean, listen, I like that even though I got to do battery pack and go longer, but I like that it wears off. I like that it wears off.
Yeah, there it is. Well, I mean, I just saw it. Oh, it's from 2021. But see if you can find a video of it, because the video I just saw yesterday for the first time. I think that's it right there.
It's fun, man. I mean, it's so much fun.
Oh, is this somebody watching it? So here it is. Yeah.
I mean,
so these people were like, yeah, here it is. So see, they got like sensors on their legs, and their shins and stuff like that.
You know, I used to be a regular, because you know the Call of Duty and the Halo. I used to play that kind of stuff.
But this would really be good, like training practice for sure than shadow boxing for sure. Because you could do the same kind of stuff that you could do with shadow boxing, but you could do it against an opponent with no consequences. It's not good to develop defense, but in terms of developing technique, it sounds like a really fucking good idea.
It's cardio workout.
Oh, you can get a workout with that. My wife went through a couple of them. She used to do the boxing one with the workout where you're punching the glowing balls type of shit. And she had to go. She went through 2 fucking headsets. It got drenched.
It seems like you could take some things if you want to do Muay Thai, where you put on like some things that just go down the side of your leg, and it attaches to your ankle, it attaches to where your knee is, so it knows where your knees are going, and it knows where your ankles are going, it knows where you're getting hit.
But then you'd have to do it too for your elbows too if you start.
Yes, yeah, you'd have to do it on your elbows, and you know maybe you could even do it on your
Are they getting ready for MMA?
Oh my god!
Oh, interesting.
That's kind of giant.
Oh, that's so weird. But it's also, it's like, you need at least a dummy down there. You know, you'd want to do that with a dummy. But you'll be
seeing.
Yeah, but you want to feel it, right? You're just doing this in the air. It's
it might be weird.
But the striking in the air is legit. I think you really could learn some shit from that.
I didn't play the Creed one. They got some stuff. But as far as shooters, the Population one, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. Don't try to put me in a lock here, cocksucker.
Dude, you have a real addiction to Quake.
What is Quake?
Quake is an online, very simple. First-person shooter. You're running around shooting rockets at people. It's too addictive.
It was the Halo king back in the day.
I used to love
That's
that.
right. Was that there's so
I did. But once I did this one time, I started with the Vibe, and then now I can't talk to you guys. People out here, listen, they want to know about this. It keeps me out of trouble, okay? I bring it with me everywhere. I put it in my carry-on. And it's so much fucking fun. I can't go back to regular video games after doing the Oculus Quest. Because it's very immersive.
Well, that's why I don't do it, because I have one too, and I used to play the little zombie game. And then, I mean, it was too fun.
So I was like, I can't.
Listen, man, it's like dopamine, man. I'm like fucking yelling. The worst was during the fucking my kids were doing the Zoom, right? And they were at home doing it. Now they're homeschooled.
And you're in the background.
Oh, no, it was bad. And I'm like, oh, fucking he's like, you I'm like, sorry. But it is a lot of fun.
I can imagine being that teacher.
Shut him. You're sending people to my house. Yeah. But no, but it's just listen, good, clean fun. Back in the day, people would probably get the same kind of thrill doing. I mean, listen, I'm not shitting on paintball and shit like that. But dude, I get my adrenaline up with this shit. Let's switch the subject. Yeah, something.
I see a bad area there. Forget that. Uh-oh, I hear enemy activity this way. Forget that.
Making contact with it. Target over there.
Him broke a shield.
Reloading. Reload.
I am taking fire, friends. Broke that enemy shield. The next ring is quite far. Repairing my damages.
Got a replicator coming down. I'm spotted. Taking fire.
Why did you guys push up there? Jesus Christ. That dumbass teammates all game. Every game, just dumbasses. You go play fucking duos.
And then you just kind of pull your eye. Look, I like to look the other way, like this, and then it just make sure it's like, make sure it's sticking, and then I just kind of look into it, and you blink it in.
Whoa! Let me take a gander.
Something I feel like maybe Saikudo should do these while so he can like watch.
Oh yeah, do it. I'll put them in.
I have these like yellowish, brownish ones.
Put the contacts in.
These ones are like
Is
crazy.
someone else's eye? Oh, yeah.
And you have like perfect vision. You don't work. What? Life is not fair, man. Okay, well, these are.
You have perfect vision too.
You want to enter the means, you just squeeze it out, you're saying.
Yeah,
You can kind of like
it's like this. Like you like
pinch it. You can kind of pinch it.
like make it rise up and
Yeah.
pinch it off.
Let's have contacts all the time.
No, stop.
It's really easy. You just get a finger around it. You're pinching it on the layer.
Can I get it? Let me see how great it does.
Okay.
Let me see how great it does.
Well, you can do it along with me, so we can.
Let me spectate first. Let me spectate. I need some.
First, you're gonna wash your hands, and then you're gonna, and then you put it on the tip of your finger, but it has to be like the You know.
Is there a hole in the middle?
So you can see out. No, it's not an actual hole, but it's a clear hole. You can see out.
Right, okay. Mechanics of this.
And then what I do is I pull my eye down like this, and then I kind of look the other way, like that.
That looks scary if you don't kind of wear contact.
And then, oh, it's kind of like.
Oh! it's not in smoothly.
No, then when you
yeah, you blink it in. There you go. Yeah, so.
It wasn't in smoothly. Next, right?
You look so fine. You look so fine.
Red lipstick's next. March.
Then there is.
Yeah. Oh god. It was bent. Did you see that? It was bent, but she just kind of clicking.
Yeah, you just, and then it just like goes around your eyes.
Right.
Man, my dad has blue eyes, so like, it would have been weird if I actually had blue eyes. Oh my god, we would have been. It would have been another way.
Would it been?
Wait, my dad's German too. Oh, really? I'm half German, half Filipino.
Wait, didn't you say you're French?
So I just put these in.
No, not Italian. No, that was Miz yesterday. He was trolling saying I was Italian. Oh, and then I do it. You actually? Yeah. I said yes. We again.
It's like German Chinese.
Wow, really? I didn't know that. I'm German. Oh my god, we're related. We're related.
We're like cousins, kind of.
Yeah, kind of cousins. Kind of cousins.
I do have contacts with HR as well, but those are super bright.
Put them in.
Are they contacts before?
Put them in.
Prescriptions are.
Yeah, she's a professional.
You want? These are no prescription stuff. You
wash your hands. That's right. He's ready. He's ready.
How about I try one? And you're sure this is safe?
Yes. These are meant for your audio.
Yeah.
So you just.
So, Ray just kind of.
Yeah.
Like in Baldur's Gate, you know the first scene of. Did you play anyone play Baldur's Gate?
I played for like 2 hours.
You know the first scene, and then you.
Where the bug crawls in.
That's.
It's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. Yeah, in the beginning of Baldur's Gate,
It's a worm. Yeah.
crawls in your character's tear duct. It's not like that at all.
It's not
It's happening.
Okay, you're gonna psych yourself out because then you're gonna think it's scary because it's gonna touch, but you have to think that it's not gonna hurt at all.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So if I start freaking out and panicking, I just don't move and you guys will extract it?
Well, it's not gonna get
Okay.
Okay, so
If I start freaking out, I'm gonna leave my eye open like this, and you guys extract it from the eye.
like put your fingers, make sure there's no no. Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, just it.
Okay, so if you see how it's like a curvature, you want the curvature to follow the curvature.
Yeah.
Yeah, the curvature.
You just scoop this out. You just scoop this on out.
Scoop it out. Put it on your finger.
Oh man.
You can be a little bit more aggressive with it. Don't rip it, but like,
Yeah, make sure it's.
It doesn't have a lot of.
And make sure it's like up.
Oh.
Yeah, just the very tip of your finger.
It's more liquid on here.
Oh god.
Like he lifted it.
Is this good?
We need more light. I can give us more light.
Is this right?
Sorry. I gave us more light.
God, that's finally right. Stick it in.
No time to be tired.
He needs it.
If you want.
Can you pretend you're
Come and get your birthday present.
it's emotions?
So,
Yeah, I'll lower the light. I'll lower the light.
put it on.
He's gonna crack this moment.
So you're telling me when you blink it?
You and I try to help her. Please get off.
Eyeball arms. That doesn't sound real. It's real life.
I put it like below my eye.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can also do that.
You just put it on the white part.
Yeah.
Or
Just no. Your eye is a lens technically, so lens on lens violence isn't real.
I'm gonna die.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, make sure it's a circle.
Yeah, make sure it's like on the tip of your finger in the middle's like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it to not be.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
That
gonna
was
go
that. Wait, does it look inside out? I think it's. The song says where does it dry out?
It looks good.
It needs to be a little bit moist and stuff. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a little wet.
Yeah.
right. Just
This is. I feel like you're gonna start getting colored contacts now, and you're gonna love it.
Or I'm gonna start going.
Oh, sevens, everyone.
I keep blinking and freaking out. Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm crying.
I'd say don't even look. Just like look up and do it.
Oh god. Is this supposed to be this hard?
Well, maybe the first time, yeah.
Thing, dude. Like, scary.
I saw the emote that's like this.
I touched my eye, but it's like it folds. I think I'm hitting it at the wrong angle.
Yeah, you just have it's tricky.
I'm hitting it at the wrong angle.
You're doing great for a first attempt.
Yeah, you can put yours in right now.
Yeah, but then I'll be really blind.
Oh.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
I think I'm poking at an angle.
Yeah, you can try them with like the costume colors.
You want to try it on the bigger mirror?
Yeah, you can try it inside the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have bigger mirrors that way.
They're like a really bright red.
Yeah. I've never seen such
You wear contacts? No?
Can someone hold my dog really fast?
How old was the dog?
Oh my god!
What a sweet dog. I really love this thing.
He loves you. She does keep calling him a thing. She did that yesterday too. She's like, "What's that thing?"
It's like I call animals like rats and chickens, but it's like out of love.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh look at that rat. That's a good rat. Like look at this thing.
Honestly, I think Navi's kind of used to the verbal abuse because Mian's always like, "Look at you, Navi. You have no friends. Look at you, Navi." Have you heard him bark before?
I haven't.
Oh my god, Mian! Ring the doorbell! Wait, maybe I can do it.
I love this rat.
Maybe I can do it. Doorbell
You
sounds.
can ring the doorbell from inside your house.
Well, like a fake doorbell.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
It's crazy. Rings far.
Maybe it'll work. Doorbell sound. She does this and it works.
Sure, looking. Oh no.
Man!
You know,
It didn't work! He knows better now. But, like, he actually barks like a chicken. It's crazy.
he does?
Yeah, no, like a real chicken. He's a talented boy. Yeah.
Dude.
Maybe Mian can get us to do it. You have to hear it. So,
I need to hear it, yeah.
alright, should we do one time?
Sure.
It's my
Oh,
birthday present.
what do I do with the dog?
What do I do with the dog?
Oh man. Oh,
Bing bong! Does he lay eggs? Probably. Alright. I can't remember.
Alright. There's not a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like it's all built into the
Yeah.
accessory things. Bing bong!
For this? What kind of how bad it is?
Oh, I've seen it. It's real bad.
Oh my god! What power is this girl? Like a
fish. Oh, wait, let me see it again. Please. You guys see how bad our vision is? Does that actually work?
I think so. Yeah. Good.
Oh, wait, come here. Wait, it looks clear.
The camera of that.
I don't understand why it's like clear. It's autofocus. Oh, they autofocus in this. That's cute. She's cute. Yeah.
Go around the back. Okay. And I'll go the front. What's part of it? I think so.
Neon's so colorful. It's like just, it's so not my vibe. She's so cute, but she's so bright.
And the monster.
Oh yeah. Whoop. And the whoop. Oh, that's my shoe. I'm so sorry.
It's so.
Sorry.
It's okay.
This is like this is the tiniest dress I've ever seen.
It's cute.
It's a little. Oh, okay. This one. Ooh.
Characters in their looks not like random fingers cut out. Like Joy has these two fingers cut out, and Neon only has her pinky just.
Why is the pinky covered? That's so weird.
That's just how they made it. I don't know. Wait, did you see the new league champion?
I did. You have to cosplay.
Why are her toes out like that?
She fights with her feet. She's like Sanji.
No, I had the same conversation with August, the guy who character designed her, and he was like, "Well, it's obviously because she does martial arts. Like, when we're shooting martial arts, I was like, hello, you guys make Lisa shoes." Anyway,
I mean, that's true. I mean, Ryan was probably like, how can you capitalize on that?
Get yourself pumped up. Especially polka.
Yeah, they do. They're like, you know, martial arts, they were trying to show she has steak through her thighs.
It's fancy.
Her hands
Talking about hands are bound.
Yeah, she's got shackles.
She's got shackles.
Toes out. Oh. But they put the toes out in the shoes. Look at that servant. Her name is Briar. Yes. I wish it was super. It's super fancy. Just so you know, the hole on those is pretty small, so like at the end of your vision, I only see it a little.
Oh.
But you'll be able to wait. I guess you already will feel sick, so it doesn't really matter.
She did it. She knee slapped so hard it hurt herself. Yeah. Yeah, that would. I guess it might just fall occasionally.
Well,
These are many candy gloves.
Wait, from what?
From Little Puppy. Yeah, she grabbed on and she went.
Did she try to climb your leg?
Was she trying to jump on while sitting on a chair? And she misjudged, and then she went all the way down, and it was painful. Yeah, she's got battle wounds now. Yeah, I really.
How's it going? You don't have to do it. Yeah, you don't have to with contacts, like, you know, if it doesn't go on.
It's like Peter's not okay.
Oh my god!
No mirror. Oh my god, it looks so good. I can't see anything. With no mirror. Wow. My vision's gone.
How are you practicing? That was awesome. Oh wait, this person also has temporary tattoos.
Let's do it. Wait, really?
What'd you say? What is going on right now? Am I playing with a child?
No, it's just my annoying sister.
Quadratic financial?
That's not my fault.
Do you know what the quadratic formula is?
No.
Why is that in your name?
Very much.
Why is that in your name?
Yeah.
I don't know. My dad named is.
Sounds about right. Ask him what the quadratic formula is next time you talk to
Where do
him.
you wanna go?
To your mom's house.
Alright, we're done. I can't see anything right now. Wait, so what's the first word you can read? Like, how close can you get? You can read? Can't read anything? Oh my.
Yeah, the thing is, this is a hot spot. This is a hot area. Very hot.
See, I literally can't see. I'm sorry, I can't see. It's too late. I can't see. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
Exactly what you're seeing.
Oh,
Your glasses.
Doesn't that act pretty good?
I can see you guys.
Oh my god, it's a miracle.
Oh my god.
Miracle.
Party mine.
Okay.
Oh, you just got like a band-aid on her.
My loss is actually pretty bad, but
Rings
We
nearby.
got it
1
big
minute
time.
to go.
honestly, I'll take it.
Why
did you switch up
On my
my
chest.
Oh, you can
That's a
wear
good
your glasses or
There we go.
does it work?
Now we're
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
somewhere.
That's what mean on.
It's not a person.
It's okay. It's okay. Party my decorations.
Stupido.
Someone's here.
Yeah, they're.
These
I
glasses,
saw
they're heavy. They are thick. Yeah.
They're in school.
And these are the trim versions.
Can you get some full power ones? I'd like to see the full power ones.
Yeah, it's cool. I literally made the customers who trim it as soon as they could. And it's still really heavy. What's your prescription?
Right.
It's bad. You can feel it. You can do it. But if you were to wear glasses, like that's what we have to learn with them. Like when we think that's wrong. Like you know what I mean? You can feel how.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Wait, so
Don't expect me to do that every day.
legally blind. Like how far are you from being just blind?
I'm
feel
not.
blind. This feels legal.
Older than your mom.
I can't. I know that says Valkyrie, but I can't read it.
What is it with you and your mom jokes?
Dad.
It's not a joke. That's being serious.
Oh, I'm getting there.
How old is your mommy?
Stand right here. I'm gonna do a finger test. Okay. Okay.
How old's your mom? I bet you I'm older than her.
Mom is 32.
I'm older than her by more than your age. Another team over here.
Yep, I see.
How old are you? 8?
11.
Oh, okay. Maybe not your full age, but most of it.
You have no idea. I could, if I don't really have your hand.
Yes, take
And they're shooting at me.
Yep, I got fucking crushed. We're dead. This guy's hurt right here, but
Oh my god, you are blind. I can't even tell that.
You shoot at them, then they know
It
you're
looks
here.
like
Is she holding? Is that a
4
floor?
or
Is that a
6.
floor?
6 or 4.
Shoot me down. I know. Oh my god, bro.
goodbye.
No.
Tina, yesterday, this is me. Oh yeah, I love it. Yesterday, Tina would like just read chat and she would just stare like this. Yeah,
Ooh.
Just stare. And everyone would stare back and then she would get upset about it. She's like, oh,
I never even watched that video yet. It showed up.
Temu has absolutely exploded onto the scene, advertising simply unbeatable prices on everything from fashion and furnishings to tools and technology. And you guys have been demanding a video. Alright, but going into this, I had some pretty serious doubts. $8 for an RGB CPU cooler? $13 for a mechanical gaming keyboard? This feels like somebody bought Wish.com from Wish.com. I mean, is this something that's going to show up in the mail? Yes. That's it there. And if you've been watching for any length of time, you're going to know what comes next. My team bought everything from components to peripherals to this. From Temu, showed me none of it, and now I get to build the ultimate Temu gaming setup.
Well, you'll try.
Try? Yes, I will try. to tell you about our sponsor, but I'll fail because we're not going to have one of those cutaway sponsor things because Sonic was like, oh yeah, I want a piece of that. We're going to be using their power supply, but that doesn't actually ruin the whole concept because one of the first things that we discovered when we were shopping on Temu is that their internal PC components are pretty limited, and the things that they do sell seem to kind of change out really fast. Like you won't find any motherboards, processors, or GPUs, but for RAM and storage, we found a good handful of options, starting with this 8GB stick of DDR4 from Super Here. They're not there, they're Super Here. This is kind of nice to see. Gotta protect those connectors. These are supposedly SK Hynix chips. They are laser engraved rather than screen printed, so there is a solid chance that those are real, but at a price of $25. I'm feeling a little ripped off. Thankfully, JE has got us taken care of here with the iMemory 1, compatible with DDR3, DDR4, and DDR5. Oh, look at that! It even includes a little screwdriver. You know what? This actually feels pretty good. Oh, that's a little bit.
Is that actually metal?
Oh yeah, it's metal. Actually, oh, that might not be a good thing. This does not feel like aluminum. It feels like steel. Well, it's okay. Our RAM doesn't run that hot anyway. Super here, not super heat. This is kind of cool though. I've seen heat spreaders, both aftermarket and even from brands that don't have any way to center the DIMM. But this is great. It just kind of sits in these little notches here and doesn't go anywhere. Perfect for a single-sided DIMM. Oh, okay. This is just from our inventory. We're going to gloss over this. It's an Asus top board with Ryzen 5600X. Like I said, no CPUs, no motherboards. But, oh, wow. The Durlar PCIe NVMe AES encrypted data protection. And we got a PCIe adapter so that I can put it in a PCIe slot for some reason. Alright, cool.
I think I would not do that part.
Oh, I'm using it. I'm using everything you hand me.
Alright. We're done, that's it.
It's 512 gigs. It's got speed holes in the end. Oh, no, those are probably diagnostic probe points, but they are holes. Realtek controller, no DRAM cache, but realistically, we'll be expecting one. Now it's time to install this on my little carrier card, assuming that I can figure out how to do that. You see, it comes with this, but then it's already parallel with the board without it. I just put the screw in, and I guess I just didn't need the other thing, so that's in now. But I'm not done yet. I get to assemble my own PCIe bracket. It's a plastic one.
Now, are those not supposed to serve some kind of grounding function to the case?
I mean, the board itself certainly has grounding points on it.
Alright.
Also, that completely ignores the whole EMI element of having all metal at the back of your chassis.
Also true.
In goes the RAM. It's so thick. Do we have any other DDR4 lying around?
What kind of this one?
Well, you see, my dear cameraman, the Gucci line is live. There's a RAM on this board that's too wide on one side. Oh, barely. If you had a thicker spreader on another module, then yes, it could be potentially a problem. And it wouldn't be a problem if you used all JV spreaders, because they would all stick off in the same direction. So good. The next thing we're going to check out is the DoYu DIY mainframe desktop USB mainframe. Oh, it's so cute. It's probably not the best value case I've ever had for $75, but it's adorable. I mean, look at this fan filter, and the print quality is actually really good. And some very cheap PCI cutouts. You can totally see here, this case was painted as part of the back process. There's little misfits and stuff. Wow. There is nothing included in terms of accessories. I don't even see... Only one of these PCI slots has a screw... Oh, okay, because it's got one of those one-piece screw down the whole thing once. That is a not very good mechanism. I guarantee you that's the sort of thing that exists not because it's a better user experience and, you know, fewer screws in and out, but because the cost of this folded piece of sheet metal and one screw is less than the cost of 7 screws. Oh no! Screw down the whole thing once. That is a not very good mechanism. I guarantee you that's the sort of thing that exists, not because it's a better user experience and, you know, fewer screws in and out, but because the cost of this folded piece of not see bits and stuff. And some very cheap PCI cutouts. You can totally see here, this case was painted as part of an after the fact process. There's little mixed bits and stuff. Wow. There is nothing included in terms of accessories. I don't even see. Only one of these PCI cuts has a screw. Oh, okay, because it's got one of those one-piece screw down the whole thing ones. That is a not very good mechanism. I guarantee you that's the sort of thing that exists, not because it's a better user experience and, you know, fewer screws in and out, but because the cost of this folded piece of sheet metal and one screw is less than the cost of 7 screws. Oh no! The case is rusting! Look, you can see the paint puffing off, and you can see the rust stain coming through it. Oh, I need a cooler before I put this in. Oh no. Wow, that is really not very heavy. Tishrick CPU cooler. Okay. Classic flower design, where they mash together all the pins so hard that they kind of join, and then they machine the bottom. Confidence inspiring. Curiously, even though it says LGA 1700 support on the box, it's based on a design that is so old that it's kind of AMD first mounting. Like this is designed to go on like an old AM2 board or something like that, and then you just have a bracket that helps adapt Intel sockets for. Anyway, we're not going Intel, so hopefully I can just put this directly on the board. Don't put any thermal comp. Oh. It's never a good system. Hey! Hey, but it's on there. I feel cooler already.
Wait, you've got one more motherboard accessory.
Oh, what did I miss? It's an RGB 24-pin right-angle connector. This is just a little bit of RGB accent right there. This is clever, though. They are apparently taking power
Do you need
from
shields,
the
buddy? You
24
need to
pin,
put your shield
so
back
they only
on.
need 2 pins for RGB to go back to a 3-pin RGB header. Cute. Sure hope you don't have too much more of this stuff, because this is just
What?
a little bit of RGB accent.
I'll come grab that helmet.
Wait, you've got one more motherboard accessory.
Throw a shield on too.
What did I miss? It's an RGB 24-pin right-angle connector. This is just a
And I'm
little
gonna
bit of
pack a bowl
RGB
real quick
accent
and get high.
right there. This is clever, though. They're apparently taking power from the 24-pin, so they only need 2 pins for RGB to go back to a 3-pin RGB header. Cute. Sure hope you don't have too much more of this stuff, because the cable management in this case, not primo. Oh, wow. Okay. All the front fans are just a big old chain of Molex. Also, there's an extra one. The hell purpose does this serve? Do I get to make my teamwork joke about Jordan and I doing the cabling together?
Don't pretend like I haven't done before.
No, that was it. That was it. Oh, teamwork. We did the cabling together. Anyway, Jordan found a problem. We were trying to plug in our front panel USB 3 and realized that our little right-angled extension on this 24-pin is making it so it doesn't fit. Oh, there's so many cables coming off of it. Fantastic. What? Whoa. Oh, shoot, I saw the $75 price, and I thought it was this fan for a second.
It's one hell of a fan.
$9. Much less bad, especially considering it has one of those cool RGB infinity mirrors in the front. Freedom in technology. Freedom in life. A truly noble pursuit indeed. Now a short break from our Temu meme products, where we'll be installing our Seasonic Focus Plus 750 Gold. There weren't any power supplies on Temu, so this makes as much sense as anything to use in here. It comes with a 10-year warranty, features 80 plus gold efficiency, it's got a modular interface, and of course, it's made by Seasonic, so it's super quiet and very reliable. There were no GPUs either, so we're using this MSI Ventus 360. We had some problems, but overall, not bad. It's kind of cute, right? Ooh, oh good. The E242 from Daypex at $130 for a 24-inch 1080p 75 hertz monitor. It's not even competitively priced compared to the Scepters of the world. Or realistically, it's not even that much cheaper than a Samsung or an LG. Or is it even cheaper?
They say it's 50% off though at that price.
Why do we need Daypex? Wow, VGA in. No DisplayPort? Just HDMI and VGA, that's it. And my favorite, rear-facing speakers. Also, there are no actual drivers behind them, so I don't think it has any speakers. Just gross.
I guess I can't
Wow,
run up there. Oh,
that
there's
is
someone
a
on me.
very wimpy-looking power adapter for a monitor. And a very short cable. Completely toolless setup, though.
Maybe not.
Now things are about to get really interesting. This is the Yindiao K500 gamer-ready mechanical wired keyboard. $13. I mean, there are mechanical things about it, right? Like you know. But that is clearly a rubber switch. Oh, whoa, whoa! No, it is not curved. Look. It's straight, but even under its tiny weight, it is so thin that it will curve if I hold it at one end. That is something. They literally just had the keycaps on here, blasted it with blue paint, and then whatever doesn't get hit, doesn't get hit. Now, for the Ajaz AJ120 gaming mouse, 3 million button lifetimes. I guess they mean probably clicks. At 8,000 DPI, I doubt it. Looks pretty cool though. General Grievous if he was a children's toy.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, did you match these on purpose? Of course. Wow, they even kind of like go with the theme of the case?
A little bit.
I don't know if this matches what we were doing quite as much.
Oh, come on, it matches.
Only $7, and it's compatible with various types of games. There. Oh, sick. And there's no repetition to the pattern either. These are all different and unique cats.
If you do need more mousing surface, we did get you a proper mouse pad.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. This can be my keyboard pad, and
there you are, sir.
What the fuck is that? Oh, there's people behind us. Somehow they got behind us.
Why do I feel like this desk pad design is available with different artwork on it? That is not what pectoral muscles look like.
Where at? West?
It is
There
like
somewhere.
tucking my wrist into the
I don't know where'd all those fireworks come from.
well endowed anime character. I wouldn't describe it as pleasant, actually.
Of course you don't want to stream through your new setup.
Of course I will. And how would I do so without an HD USB webcam? You can video call, live stream, and teleconference. Wow.
I mean, did you see all those fireworks? I opened a box and all of a sudden fireworks started shooting out. But I think it was them they were throwing thermite.
We've got a whole like streaming setup here.
We're just getting started.
And Misfits, I think they were more west towards the town.
Oh wait, she goes up or down? I think both. What am I looking at? Good lord, there's
streaming lights.
Oh, good. Wow, different colors and everything? And only $11. I am legit kind of impressed. They say 1,000 lumens. Are we ready to power this on?
Yeah, let's fire it up.
Hey! Wow, that RGB. This fan looks super cool though. Actually, what's on the front? Not bad. Not bad. Yes, it's RGB and it's doing stuff. Oh, hey! We've got power on. What about the lights, though? Whoa! I mean, $11. Okay, Andy, you got the thing? He's got the thing. Okay, I don't know how to use the thing.
My
Okay.
health is CRI 96.9.
Basically, that means that the light levels of all the different colors of the spectrum are very even and balanced, and it's basically
They're just wasting all their shit.
Red channel. Love the
Yeah.
light
Well,
film.
Okay, so now I just go like this. Wow, actually no red. What that
We can go through
means
that
then
door, but
is
I just
that
want to try to
the
get
flesh
within this
tones
drop if I
of people
can.
like me who have actually quite a lot of red in their skin will look pretty unnatural. There's a solution for this?
Let's go this way.
Yeah, that's. But hey, they are adjustable. The keyboard works. Mouse works. The heck is PanRAM? That's not the brand I thought I bought. At least it has a brand. Our storage drive doesn't. A bigger concern for me, though, is our CPU temps. We are at 69 degrees Celsius, which, no, in fact, is not nice right now.
Do you want to try to hit
We're
him
not
through this
doing
door?
anything. I guess that's what happens when you have about 4 cents of aluminum sitting on your CPU. Hit me with some more stuff, Jordan.
Obviously, you need a mic if you're going to stream.
Again, may I will.
It's seen some better days, but you know, it should still work.
Hey, it's RGB though. Based on the results we got in our recent video, where pretty much every USB
Fuck,
mic
they were
is,
just
like,
camping in that corner right there.
fine, same as every other USB mic. Might be just fine. Oh, that is not confidence inspiring.
You walked right past them, bro. What are you doing?
Totally is.
Why did you go out that way? There was no reason for you to rush. Why do these people do that? How come I saw them? You just fucking
wow.
just I didn't want to go that way.
That's a big difference from the USB mics we checked out recently. However, the price is a problem at $30. This is not the greatest bundle. Hey, 75 hertz though. Does it work? Hey.
You also have the option of a headset.
Ooh, the Omikuma! I've heard of this. That's a lie. What am I about to find with you? These are the best part of it. I can put these on any headphones now. Oh, I'm keeping these. Also, David, can I just point out how awesome this guy looks with his General Grievous head? You know, not the crappiest foam I've ever felt. It's up there. And definitely not the crappiest boom mic adjustment mechanism I have ever encountered. Oh, thank you. Thank you. How do I look?
Oh, they're RGB.
Are they? Ooh, okay. This actually looks really cool.
There's actually a better way to store your headphones.
Oh wow, the headphone stand with ADD ambience and Color the Wonderful. Hollow out light like a vast starry sky. That is really cheap construction. The only problem now is that I don't see the RGB. Ooh! Ooh! Ah! Wow, that's a lot of colors. Whoa! Oh! Oh! Hey, it's got effects too. Sick. Okay, that's gonna be the one. Yeah, that's definitely the ADD ambience.
We're almost done with RGB.
Okay.
One more piece.
Yes! JH light bar. This goes under your monitor.
It's on the bottom edge.
That is actually a stupid place to put a light bar.
Someone
A little
messing
bit. Okay. Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I think someone's over there.
This isn't even a light bar like, you know, Andy has that light above his monitor, something, contrast. Oh no, Andy, you're not gonna like this one! It seems to be sound activated. Here you go. Oh, not even a little distracting. C is different colors, and M is multicolor.
I need help.
Hey, there you go. And then music is sound activated. Oh, and there's different sound activated.
You're alone.
Okay, that's slightly less than that. Let's go with this one. Are we missing anything, or are we ready to game and stream?
You don't have to plug them in. You might need normal speakers.
Hey, desktop speaker!
They're supposed to be Lenovo.
What? Laku is a smart retail enterprise invested by Lenovo Group. They are cute. I will give them that.
Got a couple more things before you're allowed to game.
Oh my god, there's more?
You bought up all of Team.
Oh.
You know, backups are important. So we got your external hard drive.
Oh, good. 320 gigs. And from K-Pan, the most trusted of brands. It hit my foot. It hit my foot right before it hit the
Did you get that?
PC, look at that. How much do you want to bet this is a refurbished?
How the fuck?
I'm out of USB ports. Well, I have a decorative hard drive.
I killed this whole squad.
We bought you a banana for a reason. Just in case you tear your mouse pad.
Oh my gosh, we're not done yet.
We did get you some options for different wrist rests.
Oh, wow. Look, I'm actually kind of digging this cat cloud keyboard vibe. This is a wearable wrist rest. Oh, it's so cute.
It's so squishy.
It's so squishy. I need to hear these speakers first.
Are they plugged in?
Yeah, RGB.
Oh my god. Alright. This is nitpicky, but look at where the RGB is compared to the driver.
I know. I immediately saw it and was immediately bothered by it.
Ah! Oh no! I forgot. You need a chair.
What? Oh no. Are you kidding me?
Now, they were only selling covers for gaming chairs.
I see.
So we got you what we thought was a full-size chair.
But actually it's Linus sized?
Linus sized, actually.
Oh no.
Might be a little short for this setup.
They never pass up an opportunity to emasculate me. You know what? This webcam is far from the worst webcam that I've ever seen. How much is this thing again?
That was really cheap. Yeah.
Really? Even with these strong backlights behind it, like this is very serviceable. Oh wow! Oh, that is a trippy effect. When I'm in front of the light and the band gets blown out. Anyway, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I kind of give up on this mic. I think that one's done. Okay, so I've got my streaming set up. Here, I guess I'm in the corner now. Display capture is not working. There we go. Is that water sound or static? We're not sure. Actually, a lot better than I expected. They're not great. Yeah, for $12 or whatever. What happened to my attempt to launch Doom Eternal? Oh, you know what? That may actually be our problem right now. These DRAM cache-less drives, especially if they're using low-quality NAND, can be so slow.
Well, you got enemies below you?
They're actually worse than using a hard drive.
I want to go over there.
See, I'm trying to get task manager open so I can show if the drive is pinned at 100%.
Well, what about this
The
spot?
response time is super long.
It's already looted.
But I think I've kind of made my point.
Where are we
it's not
going?
the CPU or the motherboard, I'll tell you that much. I think I know what's going on. Plugged into a USB 3 port, but maybe the quality of this cabling is not very good, and I think our poor drive is getting very confused here. Let's plug it into a rear USB 3 port and see if we have a little bit more luck here. Okay, I think we found a quality issue with our case here. All of a sudden the game is updating, and yet we are not seeing 100% usage. Cool. Not a huge fan of our 70-degree CPU temps at 10% usage. Yep. And crashed. Oh, we ran out of RAM! Maximum memory usage, 96%.
Actually, I think I hear somebody, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just like it makes sense to tell you how whatever problems we're having are definitely not the fault of Seasonic, who makes great quality products and sponsored this video. Hey, thanks Seasonic for allowing us to explore this. You're truly doing God's work. In fairness to Temu, there are some values to be had here. These, kind of outstanding. Actually, let's go back to OBS for a second here, because I haven't even cranked them. Hey, Jordan, wanna crank them?
Lights, yeah.
Yeah. Give this webcam a shot.
The webcam looks pretty good.
Yeah, the webcam looks pretty good, but it could probably use a little bit more light. I mean, it's... The skin tones aren't right, but it's smooth, it's pretty crisp looking. You know what, actually?
It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. You know what? We're doing the job. It's pretty usable. Speakers, they sound like crap, but they look kind of cool and they sound better than I expected. RGB fan, super cool. $9, looks great, but far from the loudest thing in this system. Case seems to be a piece of crap. Most of it's junk, but all of it was worth it because now I am the proud owner of this desk pad. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe go check out the All Wish PC. It was similarly ridiculous.
Let's go to these cages. They probably have good stuff.
Hold on, I'm not moving for a minute.
The game won't let me see what's in it. Oh.
Getting shot at. Care package over there. Let's get on that.
Why'd you move?
Because I kept hearing shots and they were shooting at me, so I ran. You're hiding though. They don't know what you are.
I had someone on me.
I see him.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
Someone's out there.
These guys hurt, man.
Where are they?
You want to try and dip, or do you want to?
I don't know. Are you hurt? There's a bunch of teams there. There's a bunch of teams there. Are you hurt?
No, I'm good. Do you want to dip?
Okay, if you want to. Or we can third party this from the distance.
Because third partying that is not a great idea, in my opinion.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Replicator there.
As long as you keep your distance.
I need to get a thing there.
Yo, we should def check care package over there. Let's get on that. Hey, we got a care package here.
New kill leader appointed.
Let's just stay here and hide in like a building or something, loot around.
Yeah, get some materials. Well, you're staying there, SpongeBob?
That's where I marked.
Alright, cool. I'm coming to you, I guess. I'm coming to try and get on top of that bitch, then. I ain't staying on the ground to get smoked.
I gotta craft some stuff, dude.
Yo, crafting over here.
Replicator being delivered.
Yo,
There ain't nothing good.
for a landing.
Up on the apex.
I'm good. That's actually kind of smart.
Listen up, I'm calling
Yeah, don't want to get caught. If there's a purple shield in here, can I have it? Because I really need it.
Well, yeah, because I already have one.
I got it.
He's hurt.
Enemies right here.
They're both legend. I'm pretty sure I cracked one.
I just don't want to leave and chase them. But that one guy.
Oh, you body blocked me.
It's alright.
Enemy shields broke.
Charging on my shields.
Be careful, please.
Oh, care package. Sweet. Bad dude's over there. Someone else is over there.
Sorry, Kyle. I'm sorry.
Reloading.
You wanna push that guy? Oh, he picked this.
Charging shields. Come on, come on.
I'm healing up. Good stuff.
Big up to us. That was the last one in the squad.
Round 4. Beginning ring countdown.
Reloading.
We're already in the ring.
Where's his buddy's body at?
Here, level 3.
You're putting in the work.
I would like to get back up to where we were.
But it's a little bit out of the zone. I'm gonna jump out here.
That didn't work for me.
You jumped in the wrong part.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm chilling up here.
That's, I mean, I'm not. I'm in right here. What are you talking about? We're out.
I didn't say we're out.
You did say. You did say we're out. You did say we're out. You did
Looks
say
like a
that.
solo over there. And that's his teammate. We're 4 squads left, so.
So let's maybe win.
Enemies. Hey, we got bad guys over there. We've got trouble.
Help John if you need.
I need ammo actually.
For what gun?
Light ammo and shotgun ammo. I mean, I'm good, but I've got 60 light ammo and I got 16 shells, maybe 17 shells of shotgun.
Yeah,
ammo.
I'm broke on ammo, so I need it.
We're good, but do you want to get? I mean, we can go down and get some. We can go loot somewhere on the way.
I don't really know. We can go to this replicator right here.
Well, let's just stay here. Let's just stay here. We only got 4 squads. Let's just stay here and fucking finish whoever we get.
Yeah, there's a replicator down there. I was gonna say we could craft. There's a fight going on over there.
2 other squads left.
No, I can use. Oh, that's good. Use that as.
Do you want to go to that fight?
I'm spotted. Taking
Oh,
fire.
I'm getting hit.
Not really. Yeah, and just hit me with a good gun. Let's avoid that fight, man. Yeah,
All right, now I'm just putting some shields on. I'm fucked up. I'm staying in here for a second. I'm just gonna hang out here and wait for them to come because they're gonna have to push us at some point. I'm going to take a leak real quick.
45 seconds. Rings just up ahead. Not far from the ring. Half a minute.
Dude, you're about to be in a circle. You're about to be out of the zone.
You're good?
Careful. You're about to be out of the
I
zone.
know
You
I'm
gotta
good.
dip.
Enemy spotted. Way out there, like little cucarachas.
How do you have so much ammo?
10 seconds. The ring's just ahead.
Just spotted someone out there.
Dude, it's just us and 2 more squads. I'm gonna sit up here. I feel like it's safer.
Ring. Moving now.
I'm in here. I'm in here. Well, I don't have that much ammo. Unless I change to like a vault or some shit.
Anybody need energy ammo? Energy ammo? Anybody?
No, I got an
There's a vault
R301.
and a ton of ammo.
I got an
over here
R301 and
now.
a Mastiff. I'm just gonna keep playing this out till they come get us.
We gotta get out of here.
No, we're
We're
in.
trapped in here. No, we're gonna be trapped in here. Come hide in here. Come hide in this little traffic stop. It's just us and the other squad. No, please hide. It's just us and this other squad hiding here.
They're up there. They're up the hill. Straight,
Yeah, I know,
straight that way.
Longbow. They're gonna beam. Play it quiet.
They're definitely up that hill right there.
They're right to our right. Let's actually stay quiet. Don't let them know.
45 seconds.
They're to our left. I can hear. You let them know where we were now.
They knew where we were. They.
The purple.
Charging shields.
Well, I got shot from on the other side. There's one right here in the corner. In the corner. Don't pull out of there. Nice try. I don't know why we stood in a box. I wonder if they're going to be able to fucking pin us there. Jesus Christ. All that work to get down to do that. What's my score? No score. Cool.
Now romp with me. I'm ready for a match.
Music's amazing to get yourself pumped up, especially polka.
This is your champion.
Good, I'm the jump master. This might be a good place to land. Enough lambing around. We dropping. Sail.
Got an angle. Moving there.
Attention. First blood.
First blood? Last blood's the thingy I care about.
Got some extra supplies.
Please record your
Richie? Hello?
chatting with Jordan. We're trying to figure out what we have for breakfast or lunch.
Oh, you're just waking up, huh?
Heavy ammo here.
Oh. What? No worries. Yeah, I forgot to call you back. I just had a fucking crazy day at work, and I just remember when I woke up today, I was like, oh shit, Richie called me. I was supposed to call him back. Fuck.
Along with sister drama, just ridiculous for the past few weeks. So.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? It's funny because I felt bad when I texted you. I didn't really, know what you make, but that's why I wanted to.
Oh yeah, I'm worried. Yeah.
Like that actually, I talked to people that work in press breaks and stuff. It's like CNC machines and everything. And the guy's like, yeah, totally, but they gotta be bilingual because half of the shop is Mexican. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what are you doing today?
Playing video games, relaxing. I'm gonna go. I have 6 yards of mulch on my driveway that I need to move. That I told myself I'd start moving at 4 p.m. because then it's at least a little bit cooler out. Yeah.
So on the weekends, like from 11 to 1, we can put daycare shut it for a while. Actually, I thought maybe then I didn't realize this until it was like too late. And I was like distracted, but it was like just. I was like, God, he really looks.
Yeah, cause Matt moved there. Matt moved to Glen Ellen.
Like, yeah, he was there before. I don't really like watch or see anyone, but I was watching Northwestern's playing today in Low Reg. He got injured a couple weeks ago in practice, but he was able to fly out. They're playing Rutgers right now.
Really?
Yeah. Just watching it.
But he's hurt?
He's okay. I guess he's alright. So, sorry. Yeah, that was bad word. So, pretty much what happened was I had fallen out with my one sister because I don't really think she's been there for me or Leon, and she hides stories from him. Like, I don't think she's a good person.
Which sister?
Jenny.
Okay, yep.
So, real expensive dinner for my parents, and I'm like, can you guys like chill out, on these things? Like, we don't always have to throw extravagant bashes. And upset because then they started guilting me about my appreciation. I'm like, do you realize I talk to mom and dad like every day? Like, Leon and I are over there, so like enough with the guilt. I can't make this date. So it all turned into some drama, and then what led to, I found out Friday that my sisters took me off the family text message, and I was not invited to a birthday party and a pizza night.
Damn.
She said you needed some space. I'm like, yeah, I needed space for you, idiot. The one, and not all these crazy dinners every other weekend. Like, I don't have money for this. And they're like, oh. So now I'm just really pissed because, like, you didn't invite Leon to his nephew's, like, birthday party. Like, that's pretty low. Like, you can, be upset with me all you want, but to exclude him, which is issues with you because you excluded him.
I don't think that they were doing it against Leon. I think they were just doing it against you, and Leon just happened to get the.
Shot later, so I don't know what we're doing the rest of the day, but we're gonna go get food. We're not doing much. I'm just chilling out of here.
Recharging my shield.
Tonight.
Alright, sounds good.
XGXHANX
I'll talk to you.
says
Bye.
2.
Yeah,
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
We're already inside the next ring. Time to find a good
Attention. Supply ship inbound. Replicator being delivered.
Half in the bag. Shattered the prey's shield.
Replicator on its way down. Crowd up. Throw an axe down. Taking fire. Reloading. Just giving my shields a recharge.
I'm out, bro. Get out of there.
I cracked a target's shield. Reload. Echo's picked a sweet angle. Moving.
Recharging my shields.
Getting shot at. Recharging my shields. I'm bleeding out. Took down some prey.
XGXHANX says, 1.
Enemy reviving here.
Reloading.
They're both there? What the fuck? And why did you leave when I fucking told you? Why are you, dude, fuck this goddamn game. Why can't I just play solos? Fuck these kids. Fuck would you stay there? It's duos. Hey, I'm leaving. Come with me or fucking... I'm leaving them from now on. You're dead. I'm not. If you fucking don't come with me, I'm not coming back for you. Fuck off. You go down and die, you get in a fight that you can't battle out of. Twice I came to help you with that fight.
Today, the Labor Department announced that millions of Americans could be eligible for overtime pay if their proposal does in fact become the law of the land. Now, big businesses have already stopped one attempt by a Democratic president to extend overtime pay to more Americans, and it's all but certain that they'll try to do so again. But nonetheless, let's talk about what the Labor Department is trying to accomplish and why it's a good thing, and then we'll see whether or not it will end up getting implemented. So, right now, almost all hourly workers in the United States, luckily, do in fact get overtime pay if they've worked more than 40 hours in a week, okay? And it's at no less than a time and a half their current pay. However, salaried workers who perform executive, administrative, or professional roles are exempt from receiving overtime pay if they are paid over a certain threshold. So prior to 2019, that threshold was just $23,660. But the Trump administration, to their credit, did increase that threshold. Still incredibly low, if you ask me, $35,568. Now, the Labor Department is hoping to increase that threshold further. So if you're a salaried worker who's making $55,000, you would essentially be able to get paid overtime pay if you end up working more than 40 hours a week. The department also plans to raise that threshold every 3 years in line with earnings data. So this change would affect a lot of Americans, 3.6 million to be exact, a massive number. And so the left-leaning Economic Policy Institute has estimated that about 15% of full-time salaried workers are entitled to overtime pay under the Trump-era policy. That's compared to more than 60% in the 1970s. Now, under the new rule, 27% of salaried workers would be entitled to overtime pay because they make less than the threshold, according to the Labor Department. So I'm going to pause for comment, Waz, because I'm not sure if you've experienced the salaried worker situation where you earn a salary, but you're expected to work more than 8 hours a day. way more than 8 hours a day, and then you don't get paid for all that overtime because you're a salaried worker.
Yeah, so for people, I've experienced it sort of indirectly, right? And I've talked about working at UPS before. Oftentimes when management tries to recruit you from...
I don't know what you're doing sitting there fighting some douchebags that are on the ground, you fucking loser! Jesus Christ! Learn how to play...
Guy, your hours can get jerked around from week to week. You don't know theoretically how much work is going to be available, so therefore you don't know how much money you're going to make. The enticement of becoming, say, a supervisor, and then maybe if you climb the ladder and you become a manager, is that you will have a consistent salary all the time, right? You know how much you're going to get paid all the time. However, yes, those same supervisors were expected to work, you know, long ass hours. That's just the freaking case, and they weren't eligible for overtime. And say some of like the busiest seasons, like when it comes to like November, December, January, which is UPS's busiest seasons, like you might spend 10, 12 hours in that warehouse, and these supervisors are not getting paid extra to do so. Essentially, management is extracting free labor from these folks for nothing. It's completely unfair. The idea that the threshold being like, well, you know, the idea, of course, Anna, being like, well, if you make $110,000 in your salaried position, okay, be willing to grant you that. But if you make $36,000 or $37,000, the idea that you can work a 12-hour day and not get paid any OT for it, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And look, there's also this little trick that's played in some companies where they'll give workers like these kind of phony management titles in order to essentially make them salaried workers and then overwork them and not give them, you know, their due pay for all the work they put in and all the hours they put in. Higher thresholds might also benefit, by the way, historically disadvantaged populations, including women who earn a median of $993 a week, and median Black and Hispanic workers who both earn below the new $1,059 proposed threshold. I think that threshold is still so low. Anyway, but before the rule can become law, there are going to be some bumps along the way, some obstacles along the way. It first needs to go through a public commentary period, after which it could be challenged through the courts. And it is very likely that it will be challenged in court if history is any guide. So one example is back in 2016, when Biden was actually serving as vice president. He announced a similar rule that would have raised the threshold to around $47,500. Remember, this is years ago in 2016. That was challenged by not that many people, just 21 states, the Chamber of Commerce, and 50 other business groups. So, you know, just a little bit of a bump in the road. Eventually, a federal judge overturned the proposal. And unfortunately, even if the rule is not challenged, it's likely that businesses will do whatever they can to get around it. So, you know, referencing what I had mentioned earlier, researchers at Harvard Business School and the University of Texas at Dallas found that from 2010 to 2018, there was a 485% increase in managerial titles for workers just over the overtime threshold. All told, that adds up to over 151 million hours that companies don't have to pay for, costing workers $4 billion in dodged overtime pay annually. So, they will fight this. I don't know if this is actually going to go anywhere, but I do give the Labor Department credit because it's clear to me that in the context of pretty awful administrations with terrible labor departments that didn't actually look out for labor, Biden's doing something. I mean, I feel like the Biden administration has been the most labor-friendly in my lifetime, at least. What are your thoughts, Boss?
Yeah, it's interesting. Every now and again, Sleepy Joe wakes up, it seems. And this is this is one of those times where the administration is gotten off of their butts and done something. And again, this is the type of thing you can campaign on. It's very simple to explain to voters how this is beneficial to the vast majority of them. Let's face it, most people aren't in jobs that pay them, nice six-figure salaries. Like, this is incredible. And make no mistake, how they're gonna fight this guy. The managerial class is gonna be like, oh, we're gonna have to dump employees. We can't incur these costs, and they're gonna try to scare people and say, oh, we can't have workers who get paid for their work. Trust me, this is not going to result in a guy or girl making $40,000 now getting bumped up to 57 so that they don't reach the threshold for overtime. That's not what's going to happen. It's going to be, people who are way closer to the threshold getting minor bumps and then getting worked into the ground again. And yes, they are going to go on an anti-wage increase campaign, crying and saying that they can't afford to pay workers for the work that they do.
Right. Despite record corporate profits. Of course they're going to say that. They got that fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. They reign supreme. They're the most important. So.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.
I'm fine with that. Patch me up,
You need to hit the range more.
God, it's so fucking unfun. That's how I get to fucking... Give me the worst fucking teammates ever.
Now romp with me. I'm ready for a match.
Break a leg. Mine are made of steel.
This is your champion.
I never say die. I fight until it hurts.
Good. I'm the jump master. I say we land here.
Supply ship over there.
Enough lambing around.
Yes.
We dropping.
We're going past them.
Pig Plow says, okay.
Shake a leg. We've only got a minute, and the ring's right there.
"45 seconds. Rings close."
Rings around the corner, and we've got 30 seconds. Till ring closes.
Warning. Movement in progress.
And your next champion is right here. Rings
Attention.
closing. I like
There is a
pushing
new
limits as much
kill
as the next
leader.
guy, but we gotta go. New kill leader. Show off. Alternates ready to go. Must go faster.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Yo, we should
Let's
check
explore
out that
this
care
way.
package.
Attention. There is a new
Yeah,
kill
open
leader.
supply bin over there.
New kill leader. Go on, watch out.
You're alone.
Pig Plow says, what?
I'm not with you.
Pig Plow says, oh yuck.
It's go time. Taking fire. I'm down.
Half
The
squad's
fuck?
left.
How did you just get killed?
We've got company.
Dude, I mean, Jesus Christ, I just told you. How bad can you be at the game? You run right back to where the enemies were that you just pointed out when we were dropping? How dumb are you? Alone? Fucking idiots. Like, fuck, I don't understand this game. And then even when I have the fucking jump on him, that doesn't kill someone. But when they do that to me, I'm fucking dead.
Oh my god.
Yo, what the? Hey, how's it going, guys? You want to go check out what's going on over there? Oh, I'll still bleed.
Ready to go. Seen?
I've been shooting since I was a baby. I was a very dangerous baby.
This is your champion.
Scoping out the angles over there. May your bullets hit their marks, and not me.
An enemy line here, man. Watch yourself.
Tens of thousands of people are being told to shelter in place at the popular Burning Man festival because they're literally stuck in the mud. They're trapped after a rare heavy rain inundated campsites in Nevada's Black Rock Desert. Thick, ankle-deep mud is making it impossible to walk or drive, and more rain is now likely this afternoon.
So to talk about all of this, we're joined by Sergeant Nathan Carmichael. He's been in charge of the Burning Man event for the Pershing County Sheriff's Office for about 9 years. Sergeant, thank you for your time. So just lay it out for us right now. What is the situation right now?
The last few days we've gotten some rain. The fire has gotten wet, which makes it very greasy, very muddy. It makes it stick to people, stick to tires, makes it very, very difficult to move vehicles around.
Can you talk to us about this death that we're hearing about that is being investigated? What do we know about the circumstances of this death? Do we know who this person is, male, female, participant, where, how this happened?
The death is under investigation now. The person was found on the playa. They tried life-saving procedures, were unsuccessful. It is under investigation, so I'm going to leave it at that for right now.
And just give us a sense also of the scale of this here. I mean, how many people are stuck? As we understand, some people are getting out by walking, but how difficult is it to actually do that?
The event from the County Road 34 is approximately a little over a mile. So people are walking out. There are people again stuck. There are a few smaller four-wheel drives that have made it out. Most of the RVs are stuck in place. Burning Man Org and the Pershing County Sheriff's Office, along with BLM, are asking people to stay in place until the ground becomes hard enough and safe enough to travel off the playa onto the road.
Sergeant, did you say the estimated number, the number of people that you estimate may still be there on site and stranded because of the mud?
This is your champion.
Yesterday, I was given a population of a little over 70,000 people still.
You know, the word is please shelter in place. Hope you have enough food and water. Do you know how the people are doing? Have you heard from the people on the ground in terms of there being enough food and water and what the I guess conditions are?
The Burning Man Org has continued to tell us that people are in good spirits. They are obviously sharing. The community is very well versed in sharing and doing what they have to do to survive. So I fully expect that if somebody is or has low resources, that a neighbor will help them. That is very normal. The town is used to bargaining and sharing with each other, so whatever resources are out there, I'm sure that they will use and share with each other.
It's definitely a unique festival where I feel like it's usually signatured by joy and creativity, and so you know it is curious to see how they're dealing with these conditions now. Moving forward, how long do you expect the roads to be closed, or at least difficult?
Move this way. I'm not staying there.
For these folks.
Well, the good news is the weather has.
There's a fight over there to the left too.
Supposed to start raining about 2 o'clock. Looking at the forecast for today, it's pushed down a little bit, so hopefully that will give these people an opportunity to get off the fly ash. It doesn't look like it is going to rain as hard as initially forecast.
Hello?
So, again, these are all positive things. Normally, the
Why are you
people
doing
gone
that?
by Tuesday morning anyway, so it might give them an opportunity to still get off the fly ash in a decent amount of time and within the time period. There will be some residual, there always is, but I fully believe that within a reasonable amount of time, most of the people will be able to leave.
I do want to ask you, in your time, you know, with the sheriff's office, I mean, have you ever seen anything like this during your time with this particular event?
Out of the 20 plus years I've been doing this, one of the years that this happened in the past, I didn't participate in, but the org has always worked with law enforcement and the
I'm muting you.
cooperator. And we've always
The background guy. Hi, can you hear me?
to talk about how we're going to get people off if this emergency happens. So the org and the people that are involved are always thinking about these things and how we're going to deal with them.
Screaming!
You know, we'll leave it there, Sergeant Nathan Carmichael. Thank you, and we wish you all the best. Hopefully the roads open soon. I have to say, talking to the sergeant, seeing some of the images, there was this beautiful rainbow that was put up, and it kind of summarized, I feel like, the Burning Man Festival. This is a place where people come to celebrate. They celebrate community, art, and of course self-reliance, right? So who better than to weather this kind of situation than the people there at Burning Man? So, hoping for the best.
Welcome back to Hardware Box. Today we're taking a look at GPU performance in Starfield by testing 32 GPUs using 3 quality presets and 3 resolutions. So there's a lot to go over. And actually, this isn't my video. This isn't my testing. This is Steve's video. I'm just hosting the video for him. So Steve's still a little bit unwell, so put your best wishes in the comments below. Somehow he's managed to test 32 GPUs with all these quality presets while being sick. But anyway, I'm here to present his video. But before we get into the results, Starfield has been an exciting release for gamers, and despite the insane levels of hype, it appears to be mostly living up to gamers' expectations. Not something you can often say about game releases these days, though after Baldur's Gate 3 maybe we're on a bit of a roll. Of course, the only potential problem with Starfield is the performance. The hardware requirements are extreme, or at least they can be, depending on where you are in the game. In terms of GPU performance, we believe we've tested one of the most, if not the most, demanding sections.
I didn't ask you to do
game,
anything, buddy.
Though it's not entirely clear why some sections are much more demanding than others, suggesting to us that there is still
what did you
quite
just say to me?
optimization work to come. And just on that, if you are seeing some of these results and going, wow, this really is going to brutalize my GPU, just note that there are some areas of the game that do perform a little bit better. Not amazingly better. It is still a super demanding game to play. But say cities, for example, some
you better check yourself.
Other indoor areas do perform quite a lot better, so you won't always see this sort of worst case performance that we're showing here. At the time
I'll
you
just
go
leave
into
the
those
game.
worst case scenarios, it is very, very demanding.
luck.
We noticeably drops in performance, which again is why we've made
You're being a little bitch. You're 8 years old and you're like telling me that I'm being a bitch? What the fuck's wrong with you? Where's your parents at? Let me talk to them.
Highlights just how diabolical this latest generation of GPU hardware
How do you
is.
talk to strangers like that?
No improvement in cost per frame in the last 3 years. We've ended up with
Do you think that's the thing to do?
that can't get anywhere near 60 FPS at 1440p using high settings. The RTX 4070, for example, maxed out at 50 FPS in the most demanding areas. Worse still, there are very few new GPUs that actually offer a performance
Start
uplift
swearing at me?
over
That's
the
what you think
previous
you're supposed to
generation
do?
flagship. It's all very stagnant on the GPU front. There's no denying that Starfield is a ridiculously demanding game that does require a bit of optimization work. But had mid-range current generation GPUs offered an actual performance uplift, it would be easy to achieve well over 60 FPS at 1440p using high quality settings. As for how demanding the game is, let's take the Radeon RX 6800 XT as an example. It rendered 38 FPS at 4K using medium, 33 FPS with high, and just 29 FPS with ultra. For comparison, the 6800 XT averages 41 FPS in The Last of Us Part 1 using the Ultra
Yeah,
preset,
I'm getting attacked
and
from the other side
41
because
FPS in Cyberpunk 2077 using the High preset. So a little over 40% more performance in those examples.
you're bad. You just ran over there for no reason.
51 FPS.
Good luck. Good luck with that attitude in life, buddy. Good luck.
Requiem using the Ultra setting, so a massive 100% increase there. I'm certainly not suggesting that these are all apples to apples comparisons. We might have tested in a particularly demanding area of Starfield, but the point is when 6800 XT owners are used to seeing around 40 to 50 FPS at 4K in the latest titles maxed out, less than 30 FPS in Starfield has to sting, and it clearly illustrates just how demanding the game is. Of course, you can use upscaling in the form of FSR2, which can boost performance quite dramatically, but it's often at the cost of visuals and frankly shouldn't be used at 1080p, especially with the lower quality presets where the render scale drops to 50%. It's also pretty crazy to find a game that's so upscaling focused. For example, upscaling is enabled automatically for every single preset, and yet it only includes FSR2, no DLSS. You can now get a DLSS mod for the game that adds that in place of FSR2, but hopefully it does get added in officially by Bethesda in a future game update. I think it is very essential for this title. As for which GPU you should upgrade to for Starfield, with a look at really targeting those super demanding areas at 1440p medium to high settings and also aiming for around 60 FPS, you'll look at or RTX 4070 Ti. Right now, the Radeon GPU can be had for around $530 US, while the 4070 Ti will set you back $800 US, and in this example, the GeForce GPU is slower. Normally, I would opt for the $600 RTX 4070 over the discounted 6800 XT, but if your focus is Starfield, the older Radeon GPU does make more sense, given it's cheaper and faster. Ideally though, you're probably going to want to look at the Radeon RX 7800 XT, which is set for release next week, and it's rumoured to deliver 6800 XT wide performance for $500 US. And of course, AMD being AMD, they decided not to make the 7800
There's
XT,
two of them here.
7700 XT available.
One of them was cracked. One punch of his cracked.
How silly is that?
One on the right not cracked.
No one is going to dedicate content to Starfield benchmarking next week.
Now one to deal with. One to deal with.
He's published by then, and we're certainly not updating this video in a week to include those Radeon GPUs.
He's here.
He's
still inside. He's trying to go out the back door. He went out the back door. He went out the back door.
To track the progress of Starfield over the coming months to see if performance improves and if Nvidia is able to catch AMD. For now, though, we are done. If you do appreciate this sort of content and the work that people like Steve puts in even when he is sick, then please do consider supporting our Patreon and Float Plan accounts. Links to those are in the description below, or just liking the video. Also, we do have probably a few more bits of Starfield content coming up if you guys are interested. Things like looking at CPU optimization, can the game actually run well on the minimum spec CPU? Potentially, if we can convince Steve to do some CPU benchmarking as well in the other demanding sections of the game, then please do let him know below. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Recharging my shields.
We're in the next ring.
I need different guns, bro.
That's fine. You will never be Japanese. You will never find the love of your life in Japan who looks like this and is a cutie pie Japanese girl. You will never be the protagonist in an anime. You will never have superpowers to allow you to overcome your most greatest tribulations. You'll always be a loser. Oh, what the f... Not you. Stop. They're so fast. They're so fast.
Found some materials.
Got some materials here.
Somebody just got revived over there. You know that, right? Be on your toes. Be ready.
Oh, I don't know. Joe Pepsi. Oh.
2 seconds later.
Okay. Okay.
New kill leader, as outbound.
Let me check if they use Papa Go or not. Kobe 19. 땀 방지를 위해 의류 착용을 자제해 주시기 바랍니다.
Please refrain from wearing clothes to prevent and spread of COVID-19.
How is she doing this for this long without cringing? She's being serious. She's not doing this ironically.
방지를 위해 의류 착용을 자제해 주시기 바랍니다.
Please refrain from wearing clothes to prevent and spread of COVID-19.
How is she doing this for this long without cringing? She's being serious. She's not doing this ironically.
No.
She's proud. Look at her smug little face. She's proud of it. Look at her. Look at her.
No.
She's proud.
She did that on purpose too. Yeah. That's cute. Get out of here.
This is for Tootsie. He donated $1,000 today. Long time ago, when I got $10, I did back like this. He wanted to see that back.
We've got a job to do, so shift your carcass.
That's summary. Good. Yes. You want half of that? Oh, sure. And then. Can I bring sugar? Anything else? Hot sugar? You tell me. What?
She is so smug. So
Let's touch down here.
smug. Look at her. She's like, yeah, I killed that. What?
What's up, schlong bong? Long dong schlong bong.
No. Shit, oh my
You
god.
dip your schlong in the bong water before you...
Change your mind. You're not going to be able to do that, though.
I'm gonna let Pom explain. Pom, please.
Like this. Oh, this one.
1 minute.
What's that again?
Ready? Yeah, it's so fun.
What? Well, how did you know I'm here? Wait, they don't know? They still don't know?
I'll take it.
Let's explore. Dibs.
Okay. Okay, chat, listen. But please don't say I'm weird, okay? I like Weekly. I was thinking, like, Weekly's hot.
Rings around the corner. 10 left.
Because his personality is very fun. And then his voice is good, and then he's super smart, and then mentally.
Listen up, the ring's moving.
1,600. Damn! She's dead. Oh! Oh my god! Too late. Hey guys. Me, Eric. Welcome back to my training. Metrics for the next 12 hours.
There's a care package coming down.
I'm just kidding. Don't show up. So cute. Oh, do you know? I think I have some eyeball fetish. I don't know. I want to use this word actually because I'm not being weird because. Smoke out. This chatter was gonna say the same thing as me. I was gonna say that this is her first kiss caught on stream. Slow to roll, but they work the best. It's raining. Careful. Oh my god, her first kiss. Wow. That's so romantic. Did you see the? Did it? Let's move. It did not work. It didn't work. Did you see the pop-up? Oh no, food is here. Oh no. Ew! Ew! Oh my god. If I'm dying, if I'm literally dying, I don't want someone to spit their leftover chewed up food in my mouth. I'd rather just them to let me.
Let's go for a ride, eh? Here's your birthday present. Bailing out here. On foot from here.
The fuck, dude? What the fuck? This is not how I. Yeah, no wonder I'm not getting in the car with you. I'm about to cap some bitch in there. Just like that.
On foot from here.
Give up the high zone, bro.
Hostile over there.
New kill leader. Eyes out for him.
I have no idea what it is right now.
Do you have any idea of what the band could be?
My touch, I feel so bad. What?
Oh god, the dyslexia is killing me now.
I like it. I have been confident. What?
Tunnel away.
Do you know what?
Yes.
It doesn't. Remember what time back in?
On top of that.
Oh my. What a round I had, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Incredible.
Incredible. I would like to guess this one.
Yes, go ahead.
Alright, foods and beverages.
Why are you going to that?
Mac and cheese.
Oh. Amazing, Justin! You're on the board! The earlier number was incorrect, but you did get 2,000 points.
Excuse me?
So it's at 9,000 and 2,000.
New kill leader, go and watch out.
Davey, you son of a bitch. And
You're doing great. You're doing great. Wait, you need to find the voice for the next year, right, doesn't he? No, it has to be 1,000 minimum. Yeah, they really screwed you. Yeah, but it's okay. We can win the next one. I'm sure of it.
1 minute
All right.
close.
Great job. Let's get the chat rolling for our next category.
Hey, I'm Tynan, and today we're looking at the Xtool D1 Pro 40-watt version, which, if you saw it, was too dangerous for the LTT video, but I am trained and know what I'm doing, and we're going to take a look at it today. This is a little bit different in terms of flow or compared to a normal short circuit. As you can see, it's already built, mostly because it takes like an hour and a half to build, and we had other things that we needed to get done. And though this is an interesting tool to look at, I'm actually more interested in some of the other things that come with it, like the fire suppression system and the built-in air assist. But the fire suppression system in particular. One of the several problems with this type of laser is the fact that as soon as something gets lit on fire, it's likely just going to get a lot worse, unless the laser has a built-in fire suppression system or its own way of stopping. And even if the laser stops, most materials we're cutting will continue to burn afterwards. This uses a compressed CO2 cylinder to flood the entire enclosure with CO2 to snuff out any fire that's inside it and stop it from spreading. This particular laser is a diode laser, and it's a blue laser at about 455 nanometers, which means you can see it, although if you see it, you're doing something wrong because it's very dangerous and it can severely damage your eyes if you're not careful. Any laser like this should always have an enclosure, and that is definitely one gripe I have right off the bat, is you can buy this with. Now that I'm ready to plug this in, we are all going to put on our safety glasses. Xtool does ship with a pair of safety, as you can see. All these are green and good to go. Yes. Okay, so it does work. That's convenient. Next up, make sure it's on the test mode so I don't blast my ears. Okay, so it is on test. This is where the blowtorch comes in. Haha! That is what you call overkill. This is powered. I have this sensor. Again, it's on test mode. Please don't go off. So you can see the flashing orange dot. That means it's detecting a fire. And when I back away, by the way, let's actually jump into software and firing this thing up. But before we get into actually firing up this laser, hooking it up to the software, making some cuts, I'm going to tell you about our sponsors. Thanks SolidWorks for sponsoring this video. SolidWorks has an inexpensive cloud version for hobbyists and makers alike. 3D Experience SolidWorks for makers is a package that includes all the design tools for your needs. Create anything you can imagine with tools for designing, fabricating, rendering, and more. You'll even have access to the free online support and an active online community to share with other like-minded makers. 3D Experience SolidWorks for Makers is not for commercial use, and it is limited to $2,000 USD profit per year. SolidWorks is giving our audience 20% off, so check them out at the link below. Alright, laser is powered on. Xtool has its own Xtool Creative Space app, which you can download off their website. They also say that it is compatible with Lightburn, which generally is, in my opinion, a better software. We're going to use the Xtool Creative Space today, just because it's easier to get set up, and we can just hit the ground running with the download. They sent us a base material pack, which is pretty expensive for what you get, but it is a wide variety of things, so there's some benefit to it. That includes everything from making your own necklaces, to some pendants, which you can engrave and color, to looks like some leather. Though be careful with leather. You want to make sure that it's real leather and not fake leather, because that can create some really nasty gases when you cut it. A couple pieces of metal, some slate or shale, a bunch of different types of plastic, and cardboard for either cards or whatever else you make out of them. A bunch of random types of wood, which are plywoods. Again, be a little bit careful, especially with things that have a lot of glue or adhesive in them. It can create some nasty fumes if you're not careful and not aware of it. A bunch of different types of felts and colored acrylic for this particular laser. You can cut colored acrylics because the light will be absorbed by it and it'll blast it away, but be aware that different lasers have different restrictions when it comes to what kinds of materials they can cut or etch. Jumping into cutting stuff, we're going to start with wood because it creates the least nasty smelling fumes and it is pretty good. Things like this, just slap it down wherever. Sweet. So you can see this does have a nice little focus dot. I'm going to read through the focusing instructions on it and get a guess. We're going to have to adjust the total height. So I believe that for focusing, you need to have this set like this piece here on the material. So I'll confirm that with the instructions on there now. Aha! There's things, something like Thingiverse, where you can upload things for free, and people can download it and cut it themselves on their own machines. Let's just send it and see what happens. I should probably make sure that it's focused first, though. Aha! There it is. One thing I'm not sure about is if this knows where it is relative to the grid, or if it just starts wherever you place it. So just in case it starts wherever you place it, I'm going to get this adjusted so it's cutting starting the point. And that should be good, hopefully. If not, we'll find out. There's also a framing option, which just gives you the outer profile.
There's a team third party in us.
It can be quite nice to make sure that you placed something correctly. That was a limit switch. It does stop itself from sending itself further away than it expects. It's very loud and hard to ignore, which is nice. I essentially just manually moved it until it stopped beeping and did a full frame. Now we're actually going to turn it on. I'm going to go grab a fire extinguisher. One moment, please. Conveniently, there's one right outside the door. Alright. Time to push the button. What is my backup when things start going? Power button down there. Alright. So, start. Press the button on the device. It's in the enclosure. Alright. I'm going to come around. Alright. Away we go. I was talking about being able to tell what side of the piece you're starting on. Yeah. This should start. Use this up again. Hopefully no more loud beep. Oh! So that's a laser. Currently it's just doing a etching pass. So it's not going all the way through the material. It's just kind of burning away the top layer. After it's done its first pass, it'll do the cut pass. I'm going to cut this one a little bit short and shift to just a smaller section of the cut. Just as a proof of concept for the machine itself rather than going through this entire cut. Let's take our gander at the thingy. Smells like campfire. Not bad. Especially with no air assist. I'll set this off for pretty easy to use, which is nice. And away we go. As anyone who's ever worked with lasers like this, the thing that takes the longest time is trying to do an etch, because it covers a full area, whereas when you're just doing line cuts, it's way faster. Open her up. Whee! Oh, it actually doesn't smell too bad. Oh, are the cutting parameters correct? No, they are not. Oh, that's the one side. The little short circuit logo. Unfortunately, didn't cut all the way through. Rip. You can even see a couple of different heights of different layers, and that's just the depth. Just how much laser power goes onto it, and it burns away a little bit more, and that kind of serves as your color. There are a couple of different algorithms for it, but this one's relatively straightforward and easy to implement. But I definitely want to test out this fire suppression system. And to do that, we're going to head over to the shop and do it there. I have a couple of pieces of cardboard, relatively common to try to cut on devices like this, and I'm going to light them on fire.
I hope, for your sake, that wasn't supposed to impress me.
Alright, one more.
Alright, well. Okay. So it'll blast it every 20 seconds, I think. Although the fire looks very out at this point. So this line will get cold enough where it might actually cause, like, problems, depending on what you're doing. But they do tell you about that. So it definitely does enough to snuff out this side chamber with a design fire. It works pretty well. I didn't give it ideal conditions, but it still produced a pretty good cut. But there's a bunch of caveats with this system in particular. It's really not safe, and people shouldn't really buy lasers that don't have purpose-built enclosures to keep them safe. Honestly, in my opinion, this product shouldn't really exist in the form it is. It's a good machine. The technology inside the laser itself is cool, and it does a very good job for what it needs to do, but it's not something that I could recommend. I personally would consider running a machine like this, but if I did, I'd build a custom enclosure that is safe and operates it properly and has properly rated glass or windows. So at least my takeaway from this machine in particular is I wouldn't really recommend buying it, even unless you really know what you're doing. But even then, if you know what you're doing, you're probably buying something else. If you were going to buy this particular system, one of the other complicated parts is you kind of have to buy everything individually, which means the total price is a little bit difficult to nail down. The base machine that we got was the X-Tool D1 Pro 20 watt, which is about $1,400 US. And we also got the 40 watt diode upgrade kit, which is another $1,400. And then you have a fume extraction and purification system, which runs you another $1,000, unless you want to run this out the door. And then an enclosure, which costs another $200. Plus, in this particular setup, the fire suppression system, which is only $200. While my opinions of the laser itself, not great overall, this is a pretty nice tool. And if you can implement it well in the laser setup that you have, or anything else that could catch fire, it could be a nice tool to save you a fair bit of money if you're not paying really close attention to your heat generating objects. If you liked this video, you should go check out the unboxing I did of the Prusa Mark IV. It's quite a printer.
Let's go!
Live.
Everybody's getting coming like, what's going on? It's been like so long since I've gone on. 14 likes, guys! I'm gonna wait for more people to come in.
You'll appreciate it.
Oh, shoot. You know what for me?
Yeah, I'm Z. Hey guys.
I just wanted to come on down, talk to y'all. It's been so long since I've gone live. Like I mean, my brain is rendering this as a video. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
New music, yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if the YouTube audience is unaware. I'm coming out with my new song. Look at you now. I posted a ton of teasers. I just posted a new one on TikTok.
That right there.
Oh.
Hold on. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even pin it.
Pin.
Message.
Let's go.
There it is. It's
Let's
pinned.
go for.
Yes.
Let's go for. Go. Oh my god. So, basically, Look at You Now is coming out, and I'm urging you guys to pre-save because this song is gonna be crazy. I'm so excited. It has been like what, 2 years, 3 years since I've dropped this song, but this is like the revamped era. So my old stuff, it was nice, it was fun, but this is more like a serious era, and I'm gonna be answering some questions about it. So whatever questions you have about this 332 people on right now, guys.
That's awesome.
Music video for sure.
Let's use pre-save. I'm gonna go check.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna see who's pre-saved because we can see. So you can't just be like, I pre-saved, and then you didn't. And the reason why pre-saving is so important is because on day one, when the song comes out, all the pre-saves help with pushing the song, like getting on playlists. And so when there's a lot of people ready to listen to the song, and all the people listening to the song on the release day, Spotify and Apple Music, they all push it, and they put on all these playlists. And the more traction and playlists I get, the more listeners, the more music I make. You know, it's a good time.
Shout out to whoever from Dearborn in Michigan who pre-saved.
Let's go, Michigan gangs.
Memphis, Tennessee. Let's go. Jesus, Washington, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Yep, a lot of people pre-saving.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, it's going up. We got Granbury, Texas pre-save.
Woo! What for Texans?
Wow.
BTJ County, let's go!
Huntington Beach, California, just free save?
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, click on that free save.
Favorite lyric and the new EP. We don't have all the songs selected yet, but favorite lyric, guys?
Done with you. Done with that. Done with it. Done with it. Done with it. Not done with it yet.
What? Oh god, the dyslexia is killing me now.
I'd like to go ahead and stop it. What? Donna, wait.
Do you know it?
Yes.
It does it. We're
Put Ted back in.
Go ahead.
That's not how it works, but.
Okay, well, we might as well.
Oh my god.
Well, you know it's a time round.
What a round I had, huh?
Yeah. Crazy.
Right?
Incredible.
Incredible. I would like to guess this one.
Yes, gosh.
All right, foods and beverages. It is lobster mac and cheese.
Oh. Amazing job, Ben. You're on the board. The earlier number was fake correct, but you did get 2,000 points.
Excuse me?
So it says 9,000 and 2,000. What? Oh.
Take it, you son of a bitch. How the fuck is that? Give me my points.
Yeah. You're doing great. Wait, he took 2,000 points to guess you right, doesn't he? No, it has to be 1,000 minimum. Oh. Yeah.
Hey, better screw you.
Yeah, but it's okay. We can win the next one. Trust me.
How is there someone else here already? What the fuck? He's hurt, but you let him heal up. Now there's 2 of them here now.
I'm just extremely excited to show you the worst streaming platform ever made. And that's not an opinion, it's an objective truth. I'm sure you subscribe to many different streaming platforms, and I'm sure there's some that you feel are better than others. But I promise you there is none worse than what I'm about to unveil to you right now. I just learned about it from a couple of YouTubers who covered it, Curtis Connor and Chad Chad. It's a platform known as Real Short. More like real shit, am I right? More like feel short. I'm 5'6" and it hurts. Real Short is a new platform that just launched pretty recently. Let's take a peek at this catalog here, because they got some fucking heavy hitters. The Double Life of My Billionaire Husband, Fatal Temptation Between Two Alphas, Goodbye My CEO, Faded to My Forbidden Alpha, My Gorgeous Wife is an Ex-Convict, The Reborn Wife Redemption. You cannot convince me these aren't ChatGPT generated titles for like throwaway romance novels. This sounds like some shit Chuck Tingle would write. Chuck Tingle is an author known for things like Dr. Bigfoot, Attorney at Large, Pounded My Butt in Court, Space Raptor, Butt Invasion. This is that level of title for these Real Shorts romance movies. Fucking Goodbye My CEO, and Hello to Ghost Pirates That Haunt My Butt. Now I bet you're just foaming at the mouth, salivating for some of these incredibly enticing films. But what if I told you that the idea behind this is even worse than you could possibly imagine? It's not just cheaply made movies that cost less than $50 to produce and put on the platform. It actually goes a step further into unreal lunacy. So, they will film like a 45-minute or an hour-long movie, but they try and make it fit into the modern brain rot Zoomer who can't digest more than 30 seconds at a time. So, that 45-minute or hour-long movie is broken up into 50 to 60 episodes on the Real Shorts platform, and each episode is about a minute long at most. So you watch these movies scene by scene, but it gets worse. We've only just scratched the surface of this scab, and it only is continuing to fester beneath. So, you can't even watch scene by scene until you finish the film. They have their own form of currency on the platform, and in order to watch the next scene after you finish one, you have to pay for it. And how do you earn that currency? By watching ads. But not just like a normal ad break, which will sometimes be longer than the entire fucking scene you just watched. But you'll have to marathon ads in order to earn enough currency to pay for your next scene in the movie. So what happens is, you sit down to watch
Where's
your
my
favorite
teammate
movie,
at?
Beta to my Forbidden Alpha, you meet Beta Drake, and you're like, damn, what's Beta Drake about to do next after the Alpha is just fucking flexed on him? And you can't wait for the next scene, but then bang, you're out of real shorts schmeckles, and you can't pay for it. So now you have to spend like 5 minutes watching ads, so that way you can afford to watch the next scene in the movie. It's so unbelievably degenerate. Now, Curtis Connor in his video on this pulled up one of the developer responses on a review where someone was complaining about how many ads they have to watch in order to just get the next scene. And this is what they said. Hi, you have 15 to 20 ads to unlock episodes for free per day. Each ad is up to 5 to 45 seconds. Our team is working hard to improve users' experience. You can also earn free bonus with following ways. 1. Daily check-ins. 2. Watch ads every day. Oh, perfect. That's just what I wanted out of my streaming platform. A place where I can go to watch ads every day, so that way I can kind of get drip-fed the worst movies ever made. You can replay the whole...
I've always been of the mind that good things can come in small packages, whether it's game consoles, laptops, keyboards, phones, or even YouTubers. Which got us thinking, while our full-size screwdriver has been a smash hit, selling over 100,000 units since we launched it last year, what if we could take everything that was great about it and put it in a smaller package? Introducing the LTT Screwdriver Stubby Edition. Same beautiful spot gloss packaging, courtesy of the one and only Sarah Butt. Same card. I guess there's no reason to change it if it's still true. And there it is. The stubby version of the LTT Screwdriver in one of the 4 colorways that are going to be available at launch. The bits come packed separately in this little box, so make sure you don't throw them away. And there are a couple of differences that I do want to run through compared to the full-size driver. For comparison, I've got my Noctua edition of the full-size driver. It's identical other than the color of the plastics, and you can sign up for a notification for when this is coming on lttstore.com. But the first one is obviously the total length. One of the biggest complaints we got about the driver is that it's so great that people want to take it with them everywhere, and a handful of folks have had it confiscated by the TSA, which doesn't allow tools over 6 inches long. This happens to be about 7 inches. So the stubby driver might only hold half as many bits, but it shouldn't be confiscated by the airlines. There's a couple of other differences. One is, of course, the bit logo. We heard your feedback that not many of you are using square or Robertson bits, and we also felt like you want to get one of these out as a hex driver bit, and you're probably just going to get the hex driver set and decide which one was most important to you. So what we went with was Phillips 0, 1, and 2, which is about as big and about as small if you're probably going to go with a tool like this, alongside a size 4 and a size 6 flathead, and of course, our customary super strong magnet bit, which a great demo for is the fact that it can pick up all the other bits combined. It's great for just like reaching in and grabbing stuff. So should be noted you won't be reaching quite as far with this one. Speaking of which, let's talk about the stubby shaft, because this was a huge point of contention internally. We went back and forth endlessly on whether we want to make it just smooth or whether we want to bring back our knurled finish, because unlike the full-size driver, for which this is just a super comfortable and ergonomic way to start screws before ratcheting them and finishing them, on this one, it's a little bit tougher to get at. But we ultimately settled on, yeah, let's have it, because that way at least people will have the option and then they can always not use it if they don't want to use it. One of the other big changes is actually under the hood, and that's in the mechanism for the BitLoader. While our BitLoader feels and sounds like it must be some kind of magnetic mechanism, it's actually using something called a taining pin for this super satisfying action, and that had to be significantly modified for a BitLoader that is only half of the length of the original one. So that, along with designing and creating the new shorter handle mold, is the main R&D that went into this smaller version of the screwdriver. Which probably raises the question, well, gee Linus, why is it only $10 cheaper? And the answer is that it just plain costs just about the same amount as the original driver. The only difference in cost to us is that it has 6 fewer bits, although the most expensive bit is still included with the stubby, and it uses slightly less plastic, right, and slightly less metal. The actual machine time involved in creating this, molding machine, the actual assembly, the logistics, is pretty much the same. So it's $10 cheaper, but what that also means is it has exactly the same great selection feel. Almost like it was designed by keyboard and mouse enthusiasts, right? Exact same feel, the same satisfying ratchet with extremely low back force, and the same quality that you've come to expect from us. There's a lot of people that criticize the quality of our driver online, and then there's a lot of people who actually bought it and actually used it. Check out the reviews on the site. I think they tell the story a lot better than I ever could. The stubby will be available in 4 different configurations: black handle with black accent, black handle with orange accent, black handle with orange accent, and a black shaft. That's right, for what will probably be a limited edition. No promises. I don't know what will happen in the future. If we ever find a better finish that lasts forever, maybe we'll bring back black shafts on everything. But this is the same as the other ones, so that if you have a full-size black shaft, you can get a matching one. But we've got also those same 2 colorways in a black shaft. Of course, that's the keen item you might have noticed. That is not the only thing that I'm showing off today. What are those? See, at LTX, we did a cool little booth that was called the Build Your Own Screwdriver booth. You could assemble a screwdriver in any colorway that they wanted. But in order to accommodate people building in whatever colorway they wanted, we had to have excess inventory of every single color, more than people could possibly hope to use over the course of the 2-day event. Which got us thinking, why would we allow all these extra plastic parts in all
Why
these
did you take my
fun
stuff?
colors to go to waste?
Oh, okay,
Well,
you can do that. No
we
worries.
wouldn't. So we created, for a limited time only, for now, what we're calling solid color screwdriver. We really do have some work to do on our branding, but I guess it depends on what's possible. Screwdriver in a solid color. We've got orange, purple, red, green, blue, yellow, pink, and we're going to have these available on the site for a $20 upcharge because the process of creating them was quite manual, and the cost of doing short runs of different colors is a touch higher for a limited time, basically while quantities last, for now. This video is sponsored by MSI, who's running their back-to-school sale right now. Headed back to the classroom and need a laptop? MSI has got you covered. Or what about a desktop that's totally for school? I swear it. Guess what? They've got that too. If you're into building your own PC, they've got all the components that you need for that. Or if you've already got a system, hey, you can load up on peripherals like headsets, keyboards, and mice. So check out MSI's back-to-school sale at the link in the video description. Go, go, go. And head to lttstore.com to get a lollipop. Or, wait, no. I mean screwdriver. But wait, there's more. Because the origin of these multicolored parts was the Build Your Own Screwdriver booth at LTX, we don't exactly have the same number of all the different parts in all the different colors. And because we're very waste not, want not around here, we came up with the idea, thank you, Colin, oh wow, it's a lot heavier than it looks, sorry I had you hold it up for so long, of creating what we're calling the mystery driver. How fun is this, right? I mean, the possibilities are basically endless. And look, I know what you're thinking. Obviously, you would rather pick the colors if you could. But the problem is that for the number of these that we have, we can't justify the website development to create a screwdriver builder. Maybe someday, but not today. So for now, might I suggest that you reframe it as a feature, not a bug? You know, life's like a box of screwdrivers. You never know what you're gonna get. So, for the adventurous, mystery drivers will be available alongside our solid color drivers as part of this drop. What do you think, Sebastian? I get to pick, or random blindfolded driver?
I think random blindfolded driver.
Okay. Andrew, I get to pick? Random.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna dig deep. I'm digging deep here. Don't give me a F. You can't laugh. You can't laugh. This is a serious matter. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's show you guys how we're making these. At least I didn't get all red and yellow. A couple people built McDonald's drivers at LTX, and I was like, really? Step number 1 is to apply lube to the inside of our bit holder here. That's where the taming pin, which is what gives the driver its satisfying pop sound, gets inserted. Then something like so. Now we take our bit holder and our end cap, like so, and oh, fun fact, by the way. We had a lot of concerns when we were working on these colorful drivers that the plastics might not shrink as much or at a different rate, and that could hurt the finished assembly of the product. But in practice, not only were our molds able to handle all these different colors, as it turns out, the hot press assembly that we've been doing, where we take the freshly injected parts and press them together and then let them contract around...
Someone's on me!
Turns out it's not actually necessary. We did all the same testing on the cold press drivers and found that the durability is identical. So we were worried that with the colorful limited run drivers, we were going to have, you know, warranty caveats or something. But as it turns out, it's all good. Look at that. Full instructions. Very own mystery driver. Now, half for fun and half to show you guys some of the absolutely wild color combinations that might show up, I'm going to build 4 more drivers, sign the 5 that I built today, and mix them in with the rest of the inventory. You don't get anything special. If you get one, you just have a signed driver, but maybe you care about that. Or maybe you don't. In which case, hey, isopropyl alcohol will remove Sharpie. It's amazing how fast the family is growing. You got the parents, you got the kids, you got the kind of colorful extended family. If there's anything like mine, you know what I'm saying? It's the Splendid 7, available in 7 different colors. That would be a better brand name than what we call it, solid color screwdriver. That doesn't matter. Point is, you can get them all at lttstore.com. Subscribe to Short Circuit.
I have no idea what it is right now.
Do you have any idea of what the band could be?
Good work, motherfucker! Now I'm back in this.
45 seconds, rings close. I never quit, remember that.
I got people on me.
Warning, ring closing.
I only have 2 P2020s.
Package being delivered.
Careful if you need it.
Inside or out?
Shit. Oh, sorry, if you can hear me.
Yes. Inside or out? Are they inside or outside? Can I go up on top of them right now?
They're outside. Like, really?
Not far from the ring, half a minute. On your feet. Lifeline's got your back. Come and get your birthday present. 10 seconds, the ring's just ahead. Hemlock here. Gotcha.
Round 5. Beginning ring countdown.
One minute till ring close.
Oh shit.
Where did I just get sniped from?
Can I go back?
Ring's not that far.
Bridge. Hey. To your right. Something's to your right. Crouching around by
30
me.
seconds till close. Ricky.
Oh no, zip line, zip line. Zip line.
Only 10 seconds left.
Oh shit.
Warning. Ring movement in progress.
Good thing I'm inside the ring.
I'm someone to your left. That's a good spot up there too, yeah. You go right on him if you want to, okay? That's it. That's it. Get up there, the last two squads. Get that one.
Okay. Two enemy squads.
You have third party that shit. Right there. Yep. 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 Right there. Yep. Get him. Right there. Yep. Third party,
One
man.
more squad.
You're gonna be low.
Easy. 45 until ring close. It's near.
No.
Easy.
Yeah, right there. Here, right there. Here, right there. Yeah. Right there. Use the gun, have a gun. Chill. No, behind you.
30 seconds until
Yep,
close.
chill up, chill up.
Wicked.
Don't let him know, don't let him know.
I'm
Someone.
out of heavy ammo.
I know, watch out.
Spotted, taking fire. Patch me up, though. Just giving my shields a recharge. Just 10 seconds.
Hey, he's on. Right there. Look. Right there.
Broke their shield now.
Yeah.
He got his buddy up. Fuck, I'm sorry, dude. I apologize.
GG.
Scrappy DP says, GG.
Blew it. All day blew it.